Okay. I decided that I'd try doing, looking at what we've been doing with the Moonlord here. I think it's reasonable that I could watch some videos in the corner on my other monitor while doing this. So I'm gonna do that. So let's, and we'll see how that goes. Maybe it won't work out. Maybe we'll have to stop. But let me get this on here. I just made a playlist of some of my recent uploads to watch. And how did I do this? I think I did this.
Give it to him, dog.
Gimme, gimme.
There, Gordon. Dog's happy to see you.
Okay. And hey Molly.
Okay.
How's the volume level of things?
Oh, there he is.
I think it's working on this.
She's just. Could you walk a little faster, Alex? Could you walk a little bit faster?
Video's very quiet. Okay, I can turn it up a bit.
Or do anything?
How's that?
I dubbed this man the Ball Man.
Amen. Ball man.
Ball Man. What the fuck? You... Run? You wanna run? Little lizard man. Yo, is that the guy from Ultra Kill? Wow, this is the train. This is not how we ended Half-Life 2 Episode 1. I jumped out of the train in Half-Life 2 Episode 1. I died.
You can tell which stream I liked
I was
more
left behind.
based
You
on
said it
how
was.
much of this video is highlighting Half-Life 2 Episode 2 and how much of this video is highlighting Half-Life 2 Episode 1.
Situation. Unless I got my luggage. Episode
Watch out
2
the side eyes out.
advance.
28, 281, and
luggage.
32, 187.
No, my luggage. Fuck. Wait, no, my luggage.
Plan for tonight's to break 200,000. Only 3,000 away.
Giant boulder? Alex, that wasn't there before. That fell during the portal swarm from up there. You okay? Did you hit your head in that train crash? How many fingers am I holding up? She said she has them, so...
I'm not really watching the video
Uh-huh.
too much. I'm
But I
mostly
want
just
to
listening to it.
Hold on. Alex? Alex, there's a zombie. Alex. Thank you.
For those of you that missed the streams of this, I did genuinely, like, for the entire game, just sit there doing nothing while the NPCs killed things whenever that was possible.
Holy shit! It's Dr. Kleiner from XCOM.
Lock down the area. Eliminate all hostile contacts. Secure the VIP.
How interesting. As I expected.
Rest in peace, my Boy Scouts,
Oh
many
my god, he's
marches.
so dexterous. Look at him. Oh. Huh. Holy shit, he's pulling out the spear. Oh god, he's got the back spear. Vort attack sounds. Vortig's expressions of shock.
I do love Galila.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know what you wanted me to do. don't know. I feel like this guy's got it. You know, and stuff like that.
Depending on how I feel, I have some very old streams from Flare Gun only that I've been considering rewatching, and maybe
Thanks for the Galileo.
this is the situation where I could rewatch them. God, I wish I could regurgitate that grub and then eat it again. What a fake laugh. That was not genuine laughter. That was me trying to... That was me being amused, but not amused enough to laugh, but then trying to sound like I was laughing because it was on stream. It was just a forceful exhale.
What? What?
I'm bad at laughing.
Vibratory Haven? That was Vibratory Haven. Did you see the way he was wiggling? Yeah, speaking of vibrators, I would like to go back and play Ultra Kill. I just want the game to be finished before I get into playing it. Beware of what? Oh, there's a dude. There's a guy.
Yeah, this isn't cherry picking highlights. I played the entire game like this.
Okay. Oh, he's almost here. I need somewhere to sit.
I had to cut a bunch of stuff because I didn't want the video to be too long.
I want to watch you fall down here. I like this. I like this. I want to carry this with me. Oh wait, hold on. Is this a better... Nah, this spine doesn't wiggle as much. Like, it kind of wiggles, but it's not the same. This one's way wigglier. Oh wait, hold on. We got a whole ass wiggly skeleton. Oh, we're taking this. Okay, there we go. Hey, no, you can't have this skeleton. He's mine. This is my skeleton. Yeah, no, he's not yours. No, he's mine.
I like that skeleton. I like the way he wiggles and jiggles. Makes me happy.
A kiss. It's Pride Month. Come on.
Wait, fuck, it's not June anymore. Shit. That joke doesn't scan.
No! Where did my skeleton go? Oh, yes, the extract, miraculous secretion. Join. Yes. Human. Agreed, yes. Join us. Yes.
Gala. Yes.
Excuse me?
Yes. Gala.
Why are you not letting me take my luggage? Why are you not letting me take my luggage? Oh, hold on. Maybe this will work. No! Yeah, no, look at it. Is that a nose? Does this man have a nose ass? Look at that. You have like the nose ridge going down and then the two nostrils. Saw blade! Okay, I don't care if we lost our luggage. We got a saw blade.
I love the saw blade. I really do.
What was that jump?
Yeah, not depicted. Every trip in the car after this in which the saw blade did not do that. Because I could not just put the saw blade in the car. I had to shoot it and then drive the car 100 feet and then pick it up and shoot it again.
Alex? Alex, there was a saw blade in your shoulder. Cactus on the chair and the Alex on the couch.
Yo, Dance Pad Rainworld.
Get some scat wet. You don't expect this when you clicked on the video? What did you expect? It's right there in the thumbnail. This is not a situation I would like to be in. All things considered. Goodbye.
I love the difference in this video between the first stream and the second stream. Because I was dog shit at Dance Pad Rainworld in the first stream and like a god in the second stream. I forgot about this boat.
That is huge.
Yeah, I forgot the giant ass Snickers that I was eating.
Okay, I deduced that it's about 10 or 11 inches. Using alternative methods of measurement.
That sounds like exactly what it sounds like. Or that means exactly what it sounds like.
There's a Lizzie boy. Alright. We dodged the Lizzie boy. Oh, Lizzie boy's coming though. Oh, wait. There's all the bit in my mouth. Comes? What? It's fucking Lizzie.
Yeah, exactly, Melly.
Get in the hole, slug cat bitch. Get in the hole.
Hunter would have gotten in that hole. Rainworld Hunter would have gotten in that hole.
Doesn't put Snickers.
I'm just seeing it out of the corner of my eye and knowing what's about to happen.
Follow me, please. Please follow
How's the size of the video, by the way? I can make it bigger if need be.
Please follow me. Please.
Hoping that wasn't going to spread to the streams. What, foot Snickers?
Got distracted. This isn't even this lizard's den. What is it doing here? I can wait. I can wait all day, white lizard.
Oh, the Rainworld Hunter thing.
I don't know why the second white lizard is here. Because the one in the bottom left is the one with the den right here. Thank you, Vulture. Please get out. Please, Please get out.
God, this is like me and my roommate freshman year.
I don't want you here. As opposed to when they play against a character's strengths. And is that Scav ever gonna move? Is he just gonna chill in that den for the rest of his life? So there's no guns in Rainworld? The fuck is this then? Go to hell.
By the way, there was like a severe thunderstorm going on right now, so it's like possible I lose power. I mean, there was a tornado warning like 2 hours ago. Not a watch, a warning, as in like there was a tornado.
To make that boost jump. I grabbed it, man. I grabbed it. Problem is getting there with the mushroom. There's so many pink and white lizards. I appreciate you, Scavenger. This white lizard might be the single worst enemy in the entire game. You have a soft spot for blue lizards. How'd that feel? Yeah, there he is. There he is. I kind of want that coma flower, though. Hold on.
I wish this part was captured on video better. I think it's obscured by the camera. Or yeah.
Child sacrifice? No, it's not a sacrifice. It's a strategic use of resources. No, I did not kill a child, Mildatilda. The drop ring killed a child. Hey, look, I could feed the kid. Hang on. Look, you see the food? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Here? Right now? You really doing this to me?
For context, I had spent
Right
an
there?
assload of time getting up the wall. And I'd gotten here before,
Lizard.
but then ran out of time before I could make this jump because it started raining and it knocked me down.
Lizard, please. Lizard. Lizard, it's gonna rain. Lizard. Why? Why are you right there? Okay. That's my flip. So much easier than voice control.
Okay, now is the part where we actually start playing the game really well.
Yeah, if you missed it, I had done a voice-controlled Rainworld. That was, West Jump. Jump Spear. Small West. Catboy. Catboy.
You think what I'm doing now is
East
pain
Jump. Uppies.
and requires patience?
East. East Jump.
Voice-controlled Rain World.
Hello.
That required patience.
Me. I'm not here. Not here, Mr. White Lizard. Okay. Get thirsty because it is hot outside. Unlike the last time I was doing dance pad stuff, it is currently May, and it is rather hot in May. Why did I decide to dress up like a traffic cop? This isn't a traffic cop, this is 5 Pebbles.
This is Rain World 5 Pebbles. You can tell because he's orange.
The fuck was that? I was scared. I was the lizard. It was spooky. Last night, I was having some ice cream. And,
No! No, not this story.
after I was finished having the ice cream, I put the ice cream in the fridge. Instead of the freezer. Now my ice cream is melted.
No.
Now I don't have ice cream anymore.
No, my ice cream.
There was a baby slug now. Who is, like, going to die. We're about to go ascend. They can't come with us. Smash or pass Enoch. Enoch's a stupid name. If he's calling himself that, definitely not. Pass. Hard pass. That's the slug cat equivalent of being called Melvin.
I would never
Oh,
sleep with
so
a guy
fancy.
called Melvin.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's
Just
not a name that you would, like, I don't know, moan in bed or something. No. Come on. Just because you're a virgin doesn't mean everyone else is. Hello. What am I on? A dance pad. kid.
My favorite part about this is I didn't need to throw the kid here. I don't think throwing the kid did anything.
Kid served their purpose. Thank you, kid. Have a nice. Oh well, I guess you're kind of dead. But man, it really took me 6 hours to get to 5 pebbles when I was doing this the first time. I think I was just much worse at controlling Rain World with janky controls, because after doing voice controlled, this feels like god tier responsive and incredibly easy.
Everything is easy after voice controlled Rain World.
American and a PC. An American has no trouble shooting. Hee 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 ha 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 ha. Your joke sucks. That's the best material you could come up with?
Oh god, not the wall jumps.
Okay. Holy shit, airplane. Challenge 70 dance pad.
No.
So I need. Oh, fire crack. Oh, hello. There's no twink lizards. Oh. It's coming. Nice move, Slug Pup. Unfortunate development pebbles. Get over here and stab this lizard. He's literally dancing on my corpse. The difficult part is moving my foot off of the jumping things. The right time.
Oh god, fuck this room. Fuck this room.
Press up so we can grab it.
We spent so long here.
'Cause I have to, like, in the middle of my
As
jump,
part of my expedition challenge, I had to hit the vista point that's like up the water here. You have to get
if
the
I go too
jetfish.
late, we go to the other wall. We can't hit it.
This place sucked. How far am I now? On the Moonlord?
Should you be ashamed now that you envy my flesh prison?
15,000 HP down. I think probably like 15%, maybe 20% at a stretch. It's really hard to say because I don't know how well we're going to deal damage to his non-hand segments.
They don't. They're my bones, I just haven't claimed them yet. I'm allowing you to borrow them.
I hadn't been feeling very well yesterday, so I didn't stream yesterday, so we don't have quite as much progress. And I've been toning down how much I've been streaming because I think 10 hours isn't sustainable.
Hi, kid. Kid? Thanks, kid.
The dungeon contains some of the best gear in pre-hard mode, but anyone trying to get in without killing Skeletron is gonna have to deal with dungeon guardians. And they'll kill you instantly, and repeatedly.
No,
As a
total.
result, getting into the dungeon
Hashima.
is gonna require some creativity. I had to come up with this strategy during the Lawnmower only run because I desperately needed to get a cool
Yeah,
shield
speak
as
of the
soon as
devil,
possible.
the Lawnmower only
Dungeon
one.
Guardians replace everything that would spawn in the dungeon once you get underground if Skeletron has
Holy shit, it's
success.
got so many marshes.
And enemy spawning has a pretty simple check. If there are too many enemies
loud is
already near
this?
you, it won't attempt to spawn more.
Seems fine.
In the dungeon, this number is 15, although some enemies take less than one spawn slot. So that means if we have 15 spawn slots worth of enemies near us, Dungeon Guardians won't be able to spawn. That's the first piece of the puzzle. The next is finding enemies that we can comfortably take damage from repeatedly and that can follow us into the dungeon. Since you're going to be taking damage, you're going to want to have high defense. Be sure to take an Iron Skin potion, a well-fed...
Yo,
body,
love
and
that
have
Rain
good
World
armor
font.
and
It's
defense
called
with
Redondo
accessories.
Medium.
30 should be enough for the lower difficulties. On Master or Legendary, you're going to want a bit more. I would shoot for 40. You're also going to want to have good HP regeneration, with a regeneration potion and some healing potions in case you get wounded. There are two good candidates for amassing large swarms of weak enemies. The Eye of Cthulhu spawns servants of Cthulhu quite frequently, and if not killed, they will amass to large numbers, up to 199 if given enough time. If you summon the Eye and wait for about 30 seconds, you'll have enough servants spawn to shut down additional enemy spawns. They'll leave in the morning though, so bring a watch and keep an eye on the time. 4:30 AM is when they'll leave, and you'll have a few seconds before Dungeon Guardians start spawning as they fly off screen. If you're on the Remix seed or get Fixed Boy, there will be no time limit, so you can stay in the dungeon as long as you'd like. The servants can go through walls, so it won't be a concern having them follow you around. If you spawn the Eye right at 7:30 PM, you'll be able to enter the dungeon at about 8 PM safely, although I would wait until 8:15 just to be on the safe side. The second option is to use bees spawned from beehives, which are crafted with hive blocks. These won't despawn in the morning, but you're going to have a little more trouble having them follow you around, and they also inflict the poison debuff. With either of these two enemies, you can prevent Dungeon Guardians from spawning, but you still need to get through the dungeon, get through cracked bricks, find golden keys, and find the treasure that you want.
Oh, don't worry about
Golden
the time
keys can
death.
be obtained by breaking pots and in wooden chests, but using any weapons to break pots will risk killing the servants or the bees. Instead, use a grappling hook to smash the pots. Similarly, spamming a grappling hook will break through cracked dungeon bricks. That means that we can get keys from pots and any wooden chests we come across. If you need even more keys, you can shimmer dungeon brick walls, which are crafted at a heavy workbench with dungeon bricks, which can be broken with any pickaxe on the surface, and put them behind any pot in the world. This will let the pot drop dungeon loot. I don't know the exact placement that you need, but I put 6 walls behind each pot. Be warned that these walls will not be able to be broken until Skeletron is killed. Lastly,
Either
we
cultist
need
or
to find the dungeon
twins,
treasure that we want.
Charmeleon.
And to
I
do
don't
that,
remember
knowledge
which.
of how the loot generates will greatly help. Dungeon loot generates in a specific order, and then loops at the end. If the dungeon has a wooden chest in it at the beginning, it will replace the Muramasa in this list. The first golden chest will instead have a Cobalt Shield. The order of loot generation is Muramasa, Cobalt Shield, Aqua Scepter, or the Bubble Gun on Remix.
God, love that Rainworld font.
Boomer,
Redondo
the
medium.
Magic Missile, the Valor, a wooden chest with a golden key in it.
It's very
and then a
minimalistic
handgun,
and just looks
And
good.
then it repeats. So, if you're entering the dungeon and want a Muramasa, the very first golden chest will contain it, unless there was a wooden chest at the beginning, in which case it won't generate until after.
We
the
don't
game.
have the numbers required to do
Problem
that
is,
calculation
the dungeon
yet.
generation gets pretty twisted
Summer.
after the first few rooms, and it can be tough trying to keep track of things.
My
You
ballpark
can
estimate is
almost
100
always guess
hours,
the
but
location of the first Muramasa and Cobalt Shield, and then after that it gets tricky. If you want a handgun, look for a wooden chest and then the gold chests around it. It'll be generated right after the wooden chest. For instance, I see a wooden chest here, so I go through the dungeon looking for the next chest. I hit a fork in the path and I choose to go down and then open the next chest I see. It's a Muramasa. That means that I missed the golden chest with a handgun, so I can say with certainty that the other path at the fork in the dungeon has the handgun, since it'll loop around to the Muramasa for the next chest. The shadow key will just randomly generate in any of the golden chests, and if you open a chest you can guess what items will be nearby using this ordered list. But again, it's not an exact science, and the dungeon generates in a messy way. Unfortunately, I don't think it's possible to fish up dungeon loot this way. I'd also suggest having extra bees or servants of Cthulhu in case a few of them die. Once you drop below 15, Dungeon Guardians will spawn. You can also go ahead and grab a bewitching table and an alchemy table while you're here. And that's how you can get all the loot in the dungeon without even killing any of the bosses. I wouldn't be surprised if this gets patched at some point, so if you're watching this well in the future, I'll put down in the description whether or not this still works. Well, I guess I have to go back to this now.
I think the reason it took so long for the cultist because we actually like lost an attempt on the cultist after like an hour or two, I think. I think we lost a couple attempts on the cultist.
This is not breakfast. It's just a crumb cake.
I am reading chat, but
Breakfast and dessert are
since we're
not
doing
different.
video watching, like, I don't want to talk too much over the
Call
video.
something breakfast.
Wealthy and sinister were most of the strangers, yet among them, one might find the faces like those who fashioned
The street.
and molded its spirit. Hope.
The street.
Invincibility frames, or iframes, are what the game uses to make sure you don't take damage too quickly. After getting hit, there's a brief period
The
where you
street.
can't take damage again. You'll get 40 iframes for everything, which is 2/3 of a second, unless the attack only did 1 damage, in which case you only get 20. If this didn't happen, you'd get hit every single frame that an enemy was in your hitbox. You'd probably instantly die against most enemies. But we can exploit
Did I
this
come
in
super
new
close to
pieces.
dying in this fight?
If you create a situation where you're constantly
I'm
taking
closer
small
than I
amounts of
should
damage,
have
you
a
receive
couple
iframes
times.
that stop you from taking the big amounts of damage. This can be as simple as just standing on top of a slime. That's what I did during the accessory.
Usually
bonus
just
challenge.
because of not
Exactly.
managing his
But
laser
the
well.
problem is
Like,
that's inconsistent. You'll still get hit.
if I if I just teleport poorly, I can get hit by his laser twice in succession, which is not ideal. And that does like 400 points of damage, which is most of my health. Pop a potion that's 250, assuming it's not on cooldown, then I'm still at half HP. Yeah, I wouldn't say I've,
So,
like,
instead,
almost
we're gonna use
died,
fall
but I've
damage, where
definitely
it
come
ignores
closer
iframes
than I
but
should
still
have.
causes them. This design was made by Quasar, the same person that helped with the money foam. I did not come up with this idea, and you should be sure to thank them if you're over on the Terraria Discord. It's an improved version of a setup that's existed for quite a while. This specific design only works on PC, so if you're on console or mobile, check later in the video for how to do
The
this.
thing is, there's no point in doing an estimate, Hachima, because we don't know how fast we deal damage to the top eye and the core. We are not going to deal damage to the Moonlord's top eye and his core at the same rate that we're dealing damage to the hands. I mean, I have the numbers on that. We do about 1,000 damage an hour, slightly over that to the hand, so it would take about 200 hours, but we're not going to deal that little damage to the top eye and the core at that rate, because we hit the hands much less frequently than we're going to be hitting those things. So there's not really much point in doing the calculations
Fall
there.
damage does 10 damage at minimum.
But his
so we
exact
need to have a little
exact
defense to
HP
reduce
is,
that
he's
to
at like
9 points on Master Mode,
202,300 or
11
something.
on Expert, and 17 on Classic. If we make sure that we take fall damage every 20 frames, then
202,
we take 1 point
378.
fall damage, have 19 frames of
Hey,
invincibility,
Skeletron.
and then take damage on the 20th frame and get 20 more. Since the fall damage is triggering during the iframes, there's never a point where you can be hit. It's a little bit headache-inducing to watch, but this is what that looks like. Build this exactly as shown here, following the block guide for how to hammer things. On the right side, you'll need to hammer.
I
each of
really
these
like the
platforms
aesthetics of
3
how I
times
did this
in
video.
addition to the
I
blocks,
like
and you're going to have to block
these
swap
invincibility
platforms onto
machines.
all of the non-green hammered blocks after you hammer them. That creates a special kind of hoik. This platform here is not hammered.
I'm doing well,
Before
Skeletron.
hammering it, it'll look like this. After hammering it, it'll look like this. And after block swapping, it'll look like this. To enter the invincibility machine, press down on one of these platforms here. Holding down or grappling will let you leave.
The reason
Using
it's
this
not
machine, you'll be
healing,
taking 3 damage per second, which means
That's
you
the
need to have a
best to
little bit
explain.
of HP regen to do it indefinitely. Without enough
I
regeneration,
gotta just pause this here. So, I don't know how well you can see it with the video overlay on screen, but, pay attention in about 10 seconds. Okay, coming up now. His tongue's gonna come out of his mouth. See it there? Popped out there for a sec when you were teleporting. Right, you can see it against the white flash. His healing mechanic is tied to his tongue. We're using teleporters to send the tongue somewhere else, then teleporting away. The clots despawn, or just never spawn in the first place. I'm not really sure which, and they're never an issue. And they never get back to him to heal. That is the TLDR.
you'll gradually lose HP and you'll need to use some healing potions. A campfire, heart lantern, band of regeneration, and some honey on the bottom is enough to do that. Use 3 buckets of honey to fill the bottom area. And
Skeletron
when
is
you're
a
set,
boss
you're
in
effectively
Terraria.
Invincible. You do still need to deal damage though, and I'd highly recommend the Star Cloak. On Master Mode with the Star Cloak, you can kill all 3 mech bosses at the same time 3 times in the same night and still have a minute to spare afterwards. The Fetid Bagnax and any similar weapon are also quite good, as are weapons like the Daedalus Stormbow, Meteor Staff, pretty much any summoning weapon, and anything that goes through blocks. Projectile weapons are a little tricky to use since the blocks can stop the projectiles. Since you're effectively invincible, you can just AFK boss fights, unless the boss has a time limit, of course. You might want to turn down the volume, though. Now, there is one hiccup to this strategy, and that's that it won't work on every boss. 3 in particular are immune to this. This setup gives normal iframes, which almost everything in the game uses. However, the Empress of Light and Moonlord have their own iframe timers specific to their attacks.
Even
This will
Nighttime
not
Empress.
let you get a Terra Prisma, nor will it kill the Moonlord. Lava also has unique iframes, so an AFK farm around lava slimes or hellbats and get fixed boy could lead to issues. Lastly, the Wall of Flesh will still grab you, kick you out of the invincibility machine, and deal damage with the tongue debuff when it passes you. But for pretty much anything else in the game, it is an incredibly broken option at your disposal. Like I said, the design described earlier only works on PC. For mobile and console, you'll want to build this instead. Pay attention to the platforms inside the honey, since it's quite
Oh,
easy
there's
to
a
miss.
better
You only
version
need
of
to hammer
the
blocks in
invincibility
2
machine
directions,
that
and you need to
Quasar
block
made.
swap all of the yellow blocks here with platforms.
For,
It's easier to build, but the downside is
console
that it's
and
more
mobile.
difficult to use and it can't be done AFK. To enter it, tap down on the top of it.
I would
Don't
just send him a
hold down.
message on
Then
Discord if you
press
want
up.
that.
If nothing happens, move very slightly to the left and then try
It doesn't
again.
require you to like hold
Positioning
down
is
the button,
pretty
I think.
specific.
You found a way to
Holding
do
up
it.
will send you up and down the hoik, and it'll trigger the invincibility. It's a bit more work to use and also requires more defense. 19 on Master Mode, 25 on Expert, and 37 on Classic. If you wanted to, you could make this version on PC as well, but it's just an inferior design. Again, I did not make these, I got these designs from Quasar over on Discord. Please go thank them if you get the chance.
What's next? Yo, Gecko!
Until like way later.
Is there a way to use advanced cheese against bosses using advanced wiring systems?
Enemies are.
I mean, what do you mean by advanced cheese? What is advanced cheese? I mean, you can break the game very easily with wiring systems.
And then we moved on to Hollow Knight. And then we did Spore.
I'm not very
very different
familiar with
control
advanced
system.
wiring systems, but you
And
can
now we're
break the
doing
game
Elden Ring,
very
which
easily
is by
with
far
wiring.
the most complex of those games. I have 7 different sets of controls here.
God.
This is my generic
My
control.
Elden Ring controls on the
And
dance
then
pad were
I can do
so
this. If I
complicated.
hold down this button, I can go to jump,
Hey, Bismarck.
to activate, I can use an item, I can crouch.
I should make a video
I can do
explaining
heavy
wiring
attacks, I
systems.
hold that down and I can lock on, and then
I
can press
mean,
this
I
to
could
do
ask
advances.
my wiring
Every one of
friends
these
about it, but
has
like, I
its own
don't
content.
know wiring systems.
So I actually played Elden Ring. in
I'm not good with
my,
wiring.
When did I make that video? 6 months ago?
Like, I mean, I'm in the Terraria wiring Discord, but they're making fucking like read-only memory and computers and like an automated system to spawn any item in the game based on a giant computer, based on the bass statue glitch. Like, that is way beyond what I understand.
Facing. Okay. Let me just hug the left wall here. Oh, I can't look up. No, we're, this guy in the bridge? This guy in the bridge, right? Gimme.
There is, but it's an invite-only server, and I'm not sure the criteria they use to determine who they invite.
No, please no. I don't.
So
have
I
the
don't know
ability
if
to jump
they'd
easily.
like invite you to it.
Get in the
Oh.
church. Go. Okay, that's easy.
How am I in it then?
Got Santa Claus. Please leave me alone.
Somebody invited me.
I just want to leave, man.
I was just using that point to say that like
Axe, come on.
I
Get over here.
I know people who
Please.
know a lot about wiring,
Please.
but like I don't personally.
Oh, how do you fight these guys without jump attacks? I'm gonna die to fall damage.
Want to join a fun content creator server for Terraria?
Somehow I did.
Not particularly.
guy
I don't.
doing?
I don't like joining servers. It took. It took a long time for them to convince me to join the wiring server. I don't. I don't really like joining Discord servers that much. I'm not really in like any.
It's understandable I want to get over good. You can't imagine me doing Melania. I could imagine me doing Melania. So I have to move my entire leg and then lift it in the same amount of time that you would move, and I walk off the cliff.
Fucking
Move and
Mogan.
lift your finger from a button.
This was
Which
so
makes the
awful
timing
because this was also like
a
the
lot more
first time I had played Elden Ring in like half a year.
I do think some of Elden Ring's bosses feel like Sekiro bosses if you're just not allowed to have counterplay. Which was the part of Sekiro that was really fun. Like, instead of being there and dancing with the boss and deflecting and having a posture meter and everything, you just sit there and watch them attack you.
I'll think about
So
it
I'm
though,
gonna go for a
Skeletron.
short sword. I
But
want to use a short sword.
as of now, the answer is that I don't know. I
want to use a great sword.
don't like the feeling of being in a lot of servers if they're not something that
Oh,
like
I'm good.
particularly pertains to my interests or people that
That was, again, that's a
I want to talk to a lot. Like I had left the actual Terraria Discord server
Okay. Oh, I did not dodge that quickly.
a month or two ago just because I didn't really want to be in there anymore. God, my webcam quality during this stream was not very good. I think it's just bitrate because of how visually intensive Elden Ring is, but the webcam here is not looking good. I imagine it looks even worse being streamed again.
Fuck, I don't know that attack. Shit. That's fine, he's dead.
Can I ban Cloger? Who the hell's Cloger?
Oh, no, get, oh, what are you doing? Touch the touch, Grace. Touch, Grace. Touch, Grace. Touch, Grace.
I want to watch the Scurry
Spells
stream again.
Giga Chad? No,
I like
spells
the
are
Scurry
fucking
stream.
nodes.
On Lawnmower only, what stuff do I have planned?
Can you
In
grab me?
Terraria,
Is that
nothing.
what this is? I can't
Outside
tell.
of Terraria, I was thinking about doing dance pad speedruns of Dark Souls 1. I was considering doing blindfolded Rain World, or at least trying it.
I'm gonna come back and kill it later, but there's no reason to do it now.
Can I
excuses.
ban
I don't care what you think. I care what I
Stud
think.
Vinyl?
Your
I don't know
opinion
who that
doesn't matter.
is.
You're meaningless. Oh, I'm in a tree.
Here's my thoughts on you, Bismarck.
Your opinion doesn't matter. You're meaningless. Oh, I'm in a
After
tree.
you told me to
Sorry,
ban Stud Vinyl.
I like burning it down and destroying it. And teaching nature a lesson. Do I have to sneak past lobsters? Keeping an eye out. I don't see any lobsters. Oh, fuck! There was in fact a lobster.
I timed that so perfectly.
If I
I'm a
piss
very
off a
perfect
mage, it was a
person.
good day.
I'm very good at talking down to people, Bismarck.
Only good wizard is a dead wizard, and the second best thing is an angry wizard.
I stand by that. Only good wizard's a dead
face.
wizard.
That's a face. Look at that. Look at that. Right to the left. That's a dude's face. That's 2 eyes, eyebrows, nose, mouth.
Unironically, it took me like a solid 2 or 3 minutes of looking at that map again to recognize where the face was.
Stop summoning shit. Just come in for like 1 attack, and I can't hit her. Is it gone? This is really just a fight against the camera, more than anything.
Might as well be every Soulsborne game's tagline. This is really just a fight against the camera.
So the only things I have to go off of are visual.
Are we banning random people or not?
She here? Yeah, she is. Why would you lock on that one? What are you doing? What are you doing?
You see, the joke here is that Clogere in the Discord server
Yeah, this
is
time
a friend of Bismarck's, and because he said something that Bismarck thought was funny in a way that like I would think was funny in a way that like he shouldn't have done it. Bismarck made the joke, "Oh hey, you should ban this person." Wink, wink. That you know.
dodge left,
Yeah, Clogere.
1 in. Stagger? Yeah. 2. Nah, I couldn't get 2 hits in. Okay. Okay. Don't lock off the dragon.
Look, man, the Grimace Shake, I'm like 90% sure is just McDonald's astroturfing.
Fucking god.
That whole thing reeks of astroturfing. What's astroturfing? That's when companies manufacture something online by appearing to be normal people, to like try to start a craze or a trend or
Fuck this
like
camera.
make posts on Reddit or social media and then also reply in
Fuck this
comments
boss.
pretending to be regular people to like drum up hype about things. And the whole Grimace Shake thing to me reeks of astroturfing.
Yes, I'm very tall, Sleepy. It's not a camera trick. This is what I actually look like. No, I'm not 2'10", Sleepy. I'm 10'2". You're just jealous of my long fingers. Rrr.
Hold on. This is gonna scare Bismarck. Look at how tall I am.
10'2". You're
I'm
just jealous of my
10'2",
long
Bismarck.
fingers. Rrr.
No, I'm not short. Look at me. Look at how big my fingers are.
Long legs. My legs would be really long if I.
Look at how long my legs are. Look at that shit.
Look how long that leg is. My webcam's a little dark. Can I turn it up? Yeah, sure.
Dude, Bismarck, you're like...
The brightness a bit. Is that better?
Hold on.
Stove.
Go look up, like, the Bilbo Baggins song by Leonard Nimoy.
That attack, though.
That's just talking about you. You're 3 feet
It has
tall.
4 legs. Puppies have 4 legs.
Just clip out the part of Leonard Nimoy singing about how they're 3 feet tall. He's only 3 feet tall, and it's referring to Bismarck.
If it has
And,
4
like, put
legs,
that
it's
in a-
puppy.
Put that in a diss track.
Try an SL1 run. I mean, I beat the game without touching Grace. To be completely honest, switching the camera upside down makes it even harder not to look at my balls dry and my pants so tight. Hang on, I got you. I can make it. Does that help? Use candy cane, just like... I'm sucking it really aggressively, and it's like sharpening it into a point, so like it's a deadly weapon.
Yeah, Bismarck
excited
diss
to
track,
just
but like something
catch
age
these
appropriate. So
take
like
their eyes out.
to the tune of like singing the ABCs.
No, because he insta-cancelled and rolled out of it. I guess it's good. What?
Yeah, I like the fishnet look. I
This
could wear
fucking
those more.
boss, man. This buggy ass.
You're 5'6" tall, dude. Go back to Subway.
Stop. Fuck onto it. Fucking. Please. No. Oh fuck. That's fine. No, but it's not fine. It's not fine because he is being a.
Dude, you're not 5'6". You're like 5'2" or 3 inches or something. You're 5'2". Make a guide on how to share drugs in chat. What's the drug? You're not 5'2". That's so untruthful. Well, you're not 6 inches. 5'6".
Die, you piece of shit. Get out of here. Never come back.
Bismarck said he wasn't sorry for Dude, Bismarck is such a snitch. You know what we do to snitches around here, Bismarck?
Or something. It looks like I have raging boner.
You really trying to snitch on Claudier?
If I had a raging boner, it would be.
That's your punishment for snitching, Bismarck.
I also don't know how flexible you think I am, that I could sit here jumping around while tucking my penis between my legs and not have that be supremely uncomfortable. Get over here. I'm not gonna approach him, I'll let him approach me. Oh, what? Why? It doesn't even have vocal cords. It's a gargoyle. Why can it scream? Stretch the ass out a bit more. I'm gonna stretch my ass enough.
Why did somebody
Like,
tell me to
not-
stretch my
you know
ass out a bit
disappoints
more?
me
What the
every time I
fuck?
play Elden Ring?
What is the context
I
behind
have
that
to
sentence?
kill a
Who
lot of
said that?
NPCs.
Why?
Like, let me murder them. There are too many NPCs that you can't kill. So I've got two options. We can go be a dirty sewer boy, or go to the mountaintops.
Why are you talking about my penis on stream?
I don't feel like fighting fire yet, so let's go be a dirty
Bulges.
sewer boy.
Dance pad.
Let's follow up. Yeah. Now I
Saying just use metric to somebody in America is incredibly silly.
Okay, one more.
Like, we do use metric for some things, but most of the culture and systems are based on the imperial system. Like, you're not gonna go to
I could do the
somebody
frontier
and
flame ending. I don't think
give
I've done the
them
frontier flame
measurements
ending before.
that aren't what are they're used to dealing with.
Do I have to jump
Like, Americans
on
do use
those
metric on
coffins?
some things, particularly in scientific fields and in certain other things. It's just everyday use tends to be imperial things. And like, if you start using metric and you go around telling people how tall you are in centimeters or how much you weigh in kilograms,
Dead again.
you're just going to get the follow-up question of
Wow, this
how
area
much is that in
sucks.
pounds or how much is that in feet, and then you just
Looks like I can do this. No, I can't.
like, you might as well just start there because they're going
Are
to
you
ask
fucking
you that.
serious? That's a lethal fall? I didn't think I was gonna die if I missed that. I fucked up. How is that a lethal fall? That is not a long fall. That is not a long fall. Okay.
What should you have for dinner? Clover says you should have McDonald's.
Okay. Okay.
Meat. Something with meat.
Hey.
Uh,
Yeah, I did.
a burger.
Don't kill me. Do it right now. Do it right now.
A burger.
I'm sitting right here. I'm defenseless. Kill me. She's full of shit. Oh god. I hope I don't have to jump for this. Okay, I could walk it. Okay, we'll poison
You
it,
meant
that's fine.
piss
Poison
smoke? I'm sorry?
it.
Clogia, what did you just say? Piss smoke?
Multiplayer worlds. And I'm probably gonna do a... Oh, that's a cliff. I should go a little slower. No, there's no brakes on the horse train. Once the horse starts, there's no stopping. No, there are only two speeds on the horse. There's horse and there's stopped. And if you're not stopped, you're going horse. And if you're going horse, you're going full horse.
I crushed Clogio's skull? It seemed like an accurate nickname.
Give me my
I don't
somber
know.
ancient dragon smithing stone. Okay, I'll also tell your sister to step on me. Get into you. There we go. I don't know what the fuck Fire Giant does in Phase 2. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember this shit at all.
Yo, Mac and Eggs Pizza sounds nice. Why are you sending a bunch of messages in separate messages? Like, you could have kept that as one sentence. I said, please tell your sister to step on me. Was there a part of that that was not clear? I didn't stutter. I stand by that statement.
What is he doing? Why did I turn? What's going on? I can try not to get hit, but the problem with trying not to get hit
I had things
is
with
it's
some
a little
connection.
difficult to not get hit when you can't tell what he's doing. Because remember, the other thing is, they can't hear the game. I don't have a headset plugged
Yeah,
in.
friendly reminder, in all these dance pad streams,
So,
I'm playing without
genuine
audio.
question, how the fuck do you fight Fire Giant in Phase 2? I have no idea. I've gotten to a second phase
Still
like
streaming?
8 or 9
Yeah.
times probably, and I've managed to hit him.
I mean, I haven't been streaming continuously. I took a break. Bismarck is acting weird.
Don't fucking do it. God damn
Like, in a Discord call, or here, or... He was just repeating something I said as a
The
joke
leg.
during the video that we're rewatching,
it.
Quoxy.
The leg! Lock onto the fucking leg!
It's 4 a.m.? It's not 4 a.m. for me. I'm not in Europe. There was a joke that I made during this
It's like
video.
an
That was
arbitrary
just what he was
camera.
saying.
That decides to fuck off and do whatever it wants. Oh, fuck. Just timed out. It's fine. He's gonna fireball me though. Maybe not. I can't tell what's... Okay. Damn it. Oh. Hit his hand there, probably. A lot of damage. Oh. He's gonna fireball me.
That Elden Ring? This is Elden Ring. I believe I am power stancing the Grafted Blade Greatsword and the Ruins Greatsword. The Grafted Blade Greatsword you get from the, They're the two greatswords that you get from killing the various Misbegotten Warriors. There's the Misbegotten Warrior in Castle Morn, and then there's the Misbegotten Warrior, and Crucible Knight in, Caelid. I think that's where you get those two swords.
Here.
They're both strength scaling. Easy to obtain.
Go to hell.
Somber,
Fuck this boss.
Dragon, Somber Stone upgrade path things. That Hoik Invincibility Machine is a banger. Thank you.
No. Fuck this boss. Oh my god.
Fire Giant sucked though. At this point, I was just,
I mean, you could tell that entire second.
I was done with
fighting
the game at this point. I just went and got Mimic too. To deal with everything else.
I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing a lot better now that Fire Giant's fucking dead. He's never coming back. Yeah, I might just mimic Tier. I'm not feeling like... I want to finish Elden Ring by the end of the week, and I'm gonna be busy in the middle of the week, so I don't know if I'm gonna be streaming. The problem is just remembering what Malekith does. Because, like most of the bosses in this game, the bosses aren't intuitive. Take Rambo. And it's like, you just sit there and you die to them a couple times.
I don't know what you want
and
for
go,
dinner.
"Oh,
I
this
told
is
you,
when I need to
eat
press dodge
meat.
for this attack." And then it works.
Get a burger.
Non-intuitive
I don't know. Are
follow-ups
you
and
cooking? Are you
non-intuitive
buying something?
mechanics.
Don't you just like shovel lemon
Which
pepper
kind of
tuna
turns
into
the
your
game
mouth?
into more of a chore than actually fighting them. Because it doesn't really feel like, even after hundreds of hours playing
Need to
Elden Ring, I
buy
don't feel like,
like
I have
food from the
I
store
don't
to
feel
make,
the
or like
game
getting
has a rhythm to
like
get
a
it
restaurant?
right? If that makes sense. That guy's got such a long neck. Did you see that?
Yeah, bacon? Nah, bacon's expensive and not a good meal.
Hold on, can I
Like, you're not gonna eat bacon as a meal. Bacon's like a topping or a side.
like... tell Gideon to go fuck himself?
I asked Bismarck to hop on EP. I don't know what EP is.
Call up a friend? This is what wizards deserve. A good wizard is a dead wizard.
I stand by that. Only good wizard is dead wizard. Fuck wizards. I hate wizards. Especially coast wizards. Wizards of the coast. Fuck those guys.
How's it feel? You like this? Go to hell.
Burger sounds good. What's
Like
near
I
you?
said, only good wizard's a dead wizard.
Give me options.
Back to flask. Deal.
Like most anything. So anything is near you, but you don't know
And I appreciate everything.
what has good burgers? Give me options. I don't know what anything means.
So much. How is he not psyched yet?
Wizards ruined parts of D&D. Wizards ruined a lot of things.
Dude, doing this with Mimic 2 makes me so happy. Because then I'd have to deal with the boss's bullshit.
You got McDonald's, BJ's. I don't know what BJ's is. Mission Barbecue? Yo, go to Mission Barbecue. Mission Barbecue's dope.
Suddenly. Oh, he's doing the ring attack.
Your name's literally Brisket. Nah, fuck burgers. Get some
Oh, there
barbecue.
he is.
What kind? I'd either get a brisket or a pulled pork sandwich. And then whatever sauce you want to put on it. I mean, it's your food. I don't. Yeah, I think most people who engage in a service that Wizards of the Coast publishes or manages
you otherworldly
probably has a
fish.
mutual dislike or hatred of Wizards of the Coast for fucking with the thing that they like. D&D
Homeboy
is
Mimic
one
Joe
good
is coming
example.
back.
Wizards fucked up a lot of things about
Best
D&D.
player in the game.
Um,
Of course I know him, he's me.
Magic the Gathering.
I can't believe
Trying
how
to think
much
of other
I
things
doubted.
Wizards does, but certainly those two at least.
Like when I brought up how I wanted to play Elden Ring on a dance pad and beat it.
Go
And
get
she
a
thought that
pulled
was
pork
impossible.
sandwich and put sweet barbecue sauce on it. Get fries as a side and get
Insanely
lemonade to
difficult,
drink.
Way harder than the other ones I did.
That is
This
an
took
order.
less time than Terraria, I'm pretty sure.
And you'd better provide proof.
Yeah, I'm the maiden now, bitch. Hope this isn't a lethal fall. Yeah. That's a lethal fall. Lord of Frenzied Flame slayer of outer gods, fell to his death in some tree branches.
A lot of Discord servers, mainly because of League of Legends World use, and they kind of get where you're going. Are you really
these
far
ants.
behind time-wise?
He's
Seamuff?
gonna push you off.
We talked about that a little while ago. I'm just getting that message now.
That's a grab? Okay. You fu- Dude, I hate these ants. I hate these ants. Hey, you boy. Okay. I just fall right down there.
What was the
Go,
order?
let me go.
You already forgot your
Let me
order?
go, let me go, let me go.
You. This is a live stream. You can just
Don't
rewind
survive,
it.
though.
You want me to order you around again?
Okay.
Bro, just go back like a minute and a
The
half.
problem is, like I said, I don't have a build for fighting Melania. Like, I can't double greatsword. Like, that's not gonna work. Feet, 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 feet,
Feet, feet, feet,
feet,
feet,
feet.
feet.
It's really waterfowl band that's just scaring the hell out of me at this point. Great tracking. She's gonna do it now. Hey, oh fuck. Okay. Keep going. She has lifesteal. She has an insane amount of lifesteal. That is the main difficulty of this fight. Is the absurd amount of lifesteal that she has every time she hits you. Regardless of whether it does damage or not, she heals an insane amount of health.
A road trip to
I am
Georgia,
blocking
8 hours, but she
all
is
of
a
these
snack?
attacks, and she still heals that
The
much.
country or the state?
I wasn't kidding when I said she was the hardest boss in the game. But she's not the hardest boss in the game for good reasons. She's the hardest boss in the game because of the lifesteal.
Are you looking for like something savory or something sweet? What kind of mood are you
Yeah,
in?
the healing is very annoying. We could also go back to double ultra greatswords and try mimic tearing. Which I'll see how that goes in comparison to this.
Like
if,
savory.
This attempt doesn't work. 'Cause, I mean, I do just like the ultra greatswords more.
You thinking of like stopping at a convenience store or like stopping at a restaurant and like getting a bite to eat? You like talking like a bag of chips?
Immediately went for waterfowl.
Bismarck, I gave you an order.
Should stack it on it though. Maybe not. There's the stack. Unlock. Run in.
Stopping at a gas station. I would get a bag of sun chips. That'd be my choice. Golden salsa.
How you doing?
Bismarck left the VC because he hates you, and he hates Sorbet Cafe fans. Bismarck, is this true? Do you hate Clover? No? Why are you lying? No, you don't, Bismarck. That's a lie.
This time she's not locked onto me? Okay, good.
It was slandering your amazing name. If you loved that, you would know that I stopped doing that because I wasn't making enough money off of it and didn't feel like it was worth the effort.
Die. Go to
So
hell.
obviously you're lying.
Melania, I want to fight you again.
You're posing.
On a dance path. Please. Die. Leave me alone. Stop stepping on me. Put your clothes back on. Go back to the changing room. Get dressed. We have to go to lunch with your parents in an hour. We need to get dressed.
Holy shit. It's Rainworld.
Wait, crouch, crouch.
Yo! Yo!
Sorbet, can you go
See you,
find a
Gourmand.
spear so I can kill you?
I see if they.
No!
Bismarck dies.mp4.
Hang on, I need to find a spear.
Got him. Sorry, Bismarck dies to blue lizard.mp4. I love those green lizard and those cubic. It's not blue lizard, it's cubic. The way they rotate is so awful. I hate it so much. It's like showing you as little of the lizard as possible. And it's the same thing with the slug cat.
I don't think there's a single frame of the rotating GIF where they're right side up and facing the camera. Oh, you made it! Sick! There's no fruit up here.
Okay. Holy fuck.
Goodbye, slug cat.
Rest in peace, slug cat. Yo, green lizard.
I'll buy
Hey,
Gourmand
buddy.
when I can afford it.
Hey.
If I do good this game, I can.
Tell me.
I kind of just want to give this green lizard a kill out of pity.
No, don't do it. He's not cool enough for that. I'm coming to hunt him down.
He thinks he's cool. He thinks he's successful.
Bismarck dies to green lizard.mp4. Yo! Go munter.
I hate that now that you pointed it out, I can't stop seeing the ears that like move out of your head when you jump.
Foxy, I hate to tell you, but Bismarck is not remotely embarrassed about saying that. And you attempting to blackmail him off of that is not excited to play as the green lizard the next time I get lizard.
Why?
His ass is never getting lizard. You have a bigger ass than Grimace.
I
No,
do
you
not. Okay, it's tied
You do.
50-50 right now. I do not have a bigger
Wait,
ass than
I'll
you.
go vote.
Have
I'll
you
vote.
seen
I-
Grimace? Give me the monk, give me the monk.
I
I
know,
don't care if he's
I
shit.
know.
I don't care if he's bad. Give me monk.
Yeah, well, it'll be super easy to hibernate.
Dude, the trade request looks so stupid.
Doesn't it look like those like really old like shitty PS2 games? Like the NPC who calls you and like they're like face first facing you. Slug cat, I have a mission.
That's a good sniff. Oh, good sniff. Yo, I'm a predator. Green lizard.
Oh no.
Have you played Green yet?
No.
Okay, so you've seen how there's like transparent bits showing you where blues can climb,
Yes.
right?
Am I mad at you?
ready to
No.
never see one of those again.
Yeah.
You just can't climb. That's it. That's the end of the game. No!
Got
Why
him.
you kill me?
What was that about a green lizard? Piece of shit.
I was trying to
Get over
stab
here.
you.
Get-
What are you gonna do
Get
to
over
him?
I'm not. I'm not jumping down there.
I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's not good for you.
You are going to do jack shit.
Got him. Bismarck dies to green
I
lizard.mp4
talk too
too.
much shit. I talk too much shit.
Green lizard OP, I'm out. You two are talking mad shit about green lizards for somebody that died to a green lizard. God,
That looks like
it
a
is a fucking
spam.
PS2.
It is. I
like
told you.
Metal Gear Solid.
It's like
I haven't even played Starlight River or VD, and Starlight River's not even like
6 creatures. The
out
walls are
yet.
46
Like it's
spheres.
out in like a
Gorm.
beta.
Gorm.
I wouldn't play it until it's done.
How do you get food?
And I mean maybe, but
Swing your body from up to down.
What?
Bismarck
Wanna
not
do the
knowing to
Mario
do the
thing?
Mario.
No. Look up. Yeah, see that?
Dude,
Yeah,
imagine not knowing how to do the Mario.
I think he might be crawling around.
Is that creepy guy still there? Oh god.
What is he doing?
Just try to ignore him. Oh shit.
Yo.
So active.
I found you, motherfucker. Where's my money?
I don't-
Where's
I
my
gave you
money?
I gave you the blue
Give,
fruits. Where's the money?
give me until next week. Give me till next week. I'll get your payments.
Nah. Jesse, shove him off the ledge. Teach him to fuck with us. What is that spear stuck to?
What the heck?
It's stuck to the fucking air. That's amazing.
Yo. Yeah.
We're all eating.
Got him. Justify.
Wait,
Mission barbecue is
this one,
closed.
where'd
Do
you
I have
go?
another
I
order?
don't know.
What
I
are
did
other
not know where you
options?
I'm trying to eat.
Dude, I'm on a fucking rampage.
Weird. Oh yeah. maybe
Holy
that's
shit,
that
Bismarck's trying to
down,
eat.
like,
Oh, I'm
half
melted, I'm
pipe.
melted, I'm melted, I'm melted.
Hold on. Prescient Bismarck.
How do you not know where you went?
I'm trying to eat.
Dude, I'm on a
He's
fucking
he's
rampage.
trying to eat.
How do you not know where you went?
I'm trying to eat.
Holy
Dude, I'm on a
shit.
fucking rampage.
How do you not know where you went?
I'm trying to eat.
Dude, I'm on a
He's-
fucking rampage.
Oh my god.
How do you not know where you went?
I'm trying to eat.
Dude, I'm on a fucking rampage.
Weird. Oh yeah, make it up that upside down like
Oh, I'm
half
lifted, I'm
pipe.
lifted, I'm lifted, I'm lifted. So good.
Teehee.
You
You
know,
just can't get me.
I'm
You just
hungry.
You don't
can't
know what to
get
eat
me
in the
if
I'm
first
you're-
place? What restaurants
Stay
are
there,
nearby?
Stay there. I'm gonna go find a spear.
Yo, no,
You
that's cheating. And you missed. You missed the auto lock.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Could get pizza from where?
It really is beautiful out here, you know.
Where are your pizza
And
options?
this blue- God, the first thing I thought.
Alright, now we're in Dance
when I
Pad
see her
Stardew Valley.
Sitting there on a bench by herself. There's nobody nearby. Is how much I just want to walk up and just fucking smash an axe in your face.
Yo, Failed North Star!
There will come a day when you feel crushed by the burden of modern life.
Okay, get a local joint. All those places suck.
I talk unbelievably slowly. And
Popeyes or KFC? Yo, go to Popeyes. Get some chicken.
before a growing emptiness. Know you'll honor the family name, boy. Good luck. Was Grandpa a femboy too? It sounds like it.
How's the audio level here? This video seems to be a bit quieter than the last one.
You're just tools to be used. I'm finishing what Grandpa started. He didn't go far enough. Should have put a gun to Pierre's head. What the fuck is my face? What? What the hell is that? That's not.
They don't season their chicken enough. Bro, are you asking... What's the point of asking me where to go to a restaurant if you're just going to take whatever restaurant I tell you and go, no, I don't want to go there. I gave you an order. I told you where to go. Eat there.
Potato impersonating me. What the fuck did you just say to me? Excuse me?
Yeah, I told you. Go to Popeyes.
I'm dressed like this. And
Or if you really don't like chicken, go to a local pizza restaurant.
I browsed through starting mods briefly to see if there were any mods I wanted to put on. And then I remember seeing a mod that said something to the effect of adds 4, like, gay sex festivals, one for each season. Really? You work in the saloon, Emily? Really? You work in the saloon? Where's... Oh, Clint. Oh, you obviously have some rocks. How the fuck did you notice that, Clint? Okay. I got that rock on my phone, and I immediately went and I put it in a chest. How the fuck did you see that? Are you watching me? So oh, kitty cat, kitty cat, kitty cat, kitty cat. No. You monster? What? I can barely afford to feed myself. You think I can afford to feed a cat too? These days, the young folk would rather sit in front of the TV than engage with the community.
Not listen to me, I sound like an old fool. Use your corporation is bailiff in town to use the money if anyone else buys a joke.
I gotcha. There's no potion in there. I shit in that. Master
Cat or
Fisher,
dog person?
there's
Reptile.
Potfish. Fuck, this is gonna be a hard bundle to complete. Put camera behind me and you'll be able to also see my ass. If it's getting hot, can you put the fan directly below my skirt and blow upwards? How's the
That's impressive. What's impressive? Not one local Popeyes is rated at 4 stars or higher.
The Linus is sad. 'Cause all the food's going
Fine
to
then.
waste and he's
Your
getting
final answer is go to a local pizza restaurant. If you fail this, you do not get to eat
Yes,
tonight.
disgusting. Just gotta. Come on, come on. No, what are you doing? What are you doing? No, no, no. Get the egg, get the egg. Get fucked, Abigail. Gender is a spectrum. You know what else is a spectrum, Ivy? Visible light. I could do super cucumbers. Willie? Willie? Okay. He was, like, roping me for a couple seconds there. I don't... Get away from
I never really got an answer. Is the audio level on this video okay?
You know what's sexy, Willie? Consent. Consent is sexy.
This is true.
You it smells? Yeah, you smell. It's not the sewer, it's you. You're playing around in the sewer and you never shower. Your house doesn't even have a shower in it, Jazz.
It's a bit quiet.
Okay? You have no way to wash.
I don't
your
even think I
hands,
can turn it
no
up,
way to bathe.
honestly.
Nobody in this town fucking bathes.
I can turn down the teleporter, though.
Okay? You're fucking disgusting. Like, sure, you have the bathhouse in the top of town that was closed for an entire season, and just none of you took a shower when the bathhouse was closed? I mean, I never see any of you go in there. Linus goes in there? Okay, Linus cleans himself.
What's up, Coxie?
Yeah, her house has had the mayor's dirty underwear on the floor for years. I wonder if the super cucumber makes, like, a good flashlight. I didn't tell Willie he could do this. You know what? Looking up the femboy skirt is called? Sexual harassment. NPCs are weird. I mean, yeah, they ask you for, like, carrots to rub on their body. To, like, cure diseases or some shit. All of these people have, like, lead poisoning from the paint in their walls. You want to see my cooking skills and make fun of me if I suck at it? Look, I suck plenty of things, but I don't suck at cooking. I suck at plenty of things.
I maintain that statement.
Then prove it. I don't need to prove myself to you. I've proved myself to myself, and that's all that matters.
I maintain that statement.
You found a snowdrop. Your mind is filled with thoughts of
I maintain that statement.
the trash like a normal person, because it's fucking disgusting, Jesse. I already told off Linus for doing it.
Do I want to watch you play Rainworld in the VC?
Trash.
I would ask,
But until I find a little
like,
diamond
Clover,
that's trash, I would
Molly,
not go near trash with a 10.
Bismarck about that.
You know how many, like,
I'm really not going to have the time because I am going to be doing this
not
for
worth
weeks.
sifting through, like, cum jars just to
So the answer for me is going to be a
find
no.
diamond.
Most of my free time is either time that I'm going to spend lying down in bed away from my computer,
No, they're getting flexible.
and resting,
That's what I'm feeling.
or
Looks
doing
like a
this.
Huge pot filled with literal vomit. Well, guess what? That vomit is the best fucking soup this governor has ever had in his life. The valley looks more interesting in the rain? Yeah. Sure, why not?
My average DPS. On the hands, we're doing like slightly over 1,000 an hour.
I just set a bomb inside the house of a woman I'm trying to date. Okay, no, Ivy. I didn't set...
No, we're doing much less than 1 DPS,
her house.
Merly.
I set a bomb inside of her father's house. Tell that to the judge? See, the thing is totally not YN. I'm not going to see a judge because if you get me in a courtroom, I'm gonna pull out the fucking 20 mega bombs I got in my pocket and I'm gonna blow that shit up. Alright? There's never gonna be a trial. Anybody tries to arrest me, they're gonna get the same fate as Pierre.
I stand by that statement.
I don't think I can... Oh no. Oh no. Oh, sorry, not space boat. The directional. Hold on. No, we're not. Oh, fuck. Can't.
Why do I do these stupid challenges? I don't think they're
Hold on,
stupid.
we just gotta let Abigail do it. I can't shoot. I need. I have no idea what happens now. You give up, you'll never get past the first level. Please punish me, mommy.
I sure as hell stand by that statement.
I misread the shit out of this. I saw I would love to live in an old farmhouse like you, and I thought she was calling me an old farmhouse, and I thought she was saying she wanted to live in me, and I was really fucking confused, because, like, our relationship's not that advanced yet. We're only at, like three hosts, or something.
Confirmed, I'm an old farmhouse.
I mean, I have nothing against her living in me, but you're getting into speedrunning? I've never really been super big on speedrunning. It's just not something that I find fun at the end of the day. Because there's a lot of overlap in, like, challenge running and speedrunning. But I feel like at their core, they're two very different things. I feel like challenge running is more laid back and less competitive than speedrunning is. I feel like speedrunning at its core is very competitive. And I'm not really a fan of that. I think speedrunning is stressful, having this constant timer, and I don't like that. I feel like it's much less creative than challenge running, which is another reason I don't like it. Because to speedrun effectively, you just look at what other people do and then copy that. And from a creative standpoint, I don't like that. And obviously you don't have to do that, but in order to be competitive when speedrunning, you kind of have to just use the optimal strategies.
And how long you have left on the road trip, you don't want to say, are we there yet?
Creatively fulfilling to me.
You could just say, what's our
How
ETA?
do I do this? How did somebody else do this? Okay, how do I
Or
emulate this?
something
How do
like
I pull
that.
off this skip that's already been discovered?
Why are you taking a road trip to
Also, I've had
Georgia?
bad experiences with the speedrunning community in the
Taking a
past,
vacation? You got family there?
which is another reason that I don't like speedrunning. Is because I have found it to be much more toxic than
Mom's boyfriend
the
lives there.
responses you get when
Where are you
doing
at now?
things, at least
8 hours away. Are you coming from the west? You coming from the
things
north?
more toxic than the ones I would get when doing challenge running things, which generally tends to make you not want to do it in the future. I think the most annoying sentiment that I would get is upon doing something, it would.
Oh, coming from Florida. I didn't know there was an
There's
8-hour drive
this
from
repeated
Florida.
idea that I would get a lot, which is you accomplish something, and let's say you make, you know, you make a post about it online, or you share with other people, or you tell people, and you're excited that you did something. And then the first response you always get is somebody else did it better than you. Because it wasn't like the world record time.
That's
and
how
I
big
find
it
that
looks. Yeah,
very and not fun to
yeah.
respond
I just
to
didn't
again
think it would be an
when
8-hour drive. But yeah, that makes sense. Especially if you're coming from the lower parts of it.
Why doesn't the game let you attack kids with swords? Oh, there we go. Come on. Come on, got it. That was a fucking octopus? What? Got him. Who said I wasn't good at fishing? What the fuck do I do now? Because I caught the two hardest fish to catch in the ocean during this season. I guess I just keep catching fish? Come on, you pufferfish. I need to give you to my, future big titty golf GF. pet guinea pig just hates this hot weather. I have a solution for that. Fucking die. Look at this fucking flashlight. Look at this thing. 325 energy and 146 health.
I got a perfect catch on a super cucumber on a dance pad.
That is way better than anything Tenga sells. My anus is a little overcrowded. No, it's not. There's plenty of room in there.
Alright, see ya,
Good at writing letters, you made one.
whenever that happens, thanks for some connection. I'm only gonna be streaming for probably till we've hit 200,000. It'll be another hour
Appreciate the fact
or so.
that you're sitting in the bushes right now watching me take this. I can see you. He's right there next to my fish pond. He's watching me. What the fuck is wrong with this man? My knee's acting up again, and you know what helps? Rubbing the darn thing with a hot pepper. No. I'm not helping you with this.
I don't like that you can't decline
Go get
quests.
help somewhere else. Dinosaur! 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 Dinosaur, 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 dinosaur! Dinosaur, dinosaur, dinosaur! Just the single most confusing place for a person from the ancient world to suddenly appear in. The International Space Station. Not even a person from the ancient world. Let's say you just wake up on the ISS. Like, what the fuck do you do? It would be like an international emergency. Can you imagine the fucking headlines? Random guy wakes up on the ISS, half naked in his boxers, holding nothing but like a half-eaten bag of Cheetos that he fell asleep on his couch eating. Why am I out here? Enjoying the weather, please step on me. There we go. Give me that. God, that's the stuff. There we go.
Oh shit, it's cranberry time.
Cranberries acquired. Fishing, 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 fishing. Walleye, 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 walleye. I can finish the fishing bundle. Okay, 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 okay. One at a time. Get everything together. Snail. Egg, egg. Egg. Corn juice, meat. Egg. Okay, 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 okay. What do I do? 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 Egg. I need egg. Egg, egg. Oh, egg. Can I milk you? Let me milk you. Yum. Where's the milk? Oh. It's more interesting than the milk. Doesn't work. Give me the pan. What the fuck? What is this? Is he naked? What? What? What was that cutscene? Okay, hang on, hang on. There was no story there. There was no plot. I didn't talk to him. It just shows me naked Linus in the lake. Like moaning to himself about how he's clean. What the fuck? I'm never cleaning up the water again. Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you pissing? He's pissing on the building. These crumbers. Sell every single one. Rake in that cash. Cranberries, 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 cranberries. And guess what? I get to fucking do it again. Cranberries, 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 cranberries. somebody offers you a red delicious apple, they're asking for it, right? Nobody likes red delicious apples. Nobody. If anybody likes red delicious apples, they're not fucking human. This is how you detect aliens, right? You take them to the grocery store, and you bring them to the apple section, and you tell them they get to eat any apple that they want, you buy it for them. If they pick a red delicious, call the fucking CIA, call the cops, get them taken to a black site in the middle of the Nevada desert, because they're not human. What's that? There's alien! 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 Look at him! Alien! There's catch him! That's asking him if he likes golden delicious apples or red delicious apples. If he says red delicious, he's definitely an alien. Alright, where is he? Is he here? Did he land? When you had an apple tree, at some point during summer, one of the apples had been eaten away except for the perfect red, still apple-shaped skin. It was completely filled with living wasps. I don't like that, no. Please don't destroy your tent. It's happened before. Yeah, maybe people destroy your tent because you're fucking watching them as they're taking a bath. Did you think about that one? Okay, maybe it's not people are just discriminating against you. Maybe it's you're a creepy fuck who stares at people as they're cleaning themselves in the bathhouse. Fig frequently has wasps inside them and you wouldn't know unless you look for it. Is that a bad thing? Like, okay, hear me out. If you're eating a fruit and you don't know that it has a wasp inside it, and it doesn't taste any different, then aren't you just getting, like, extra nutritional value from the protein in the wasp? Now, I'm not saying that I want to eat a wasp, but if I was going to eat a wasp, I would rather not know the wasp was there. Like, I want to walk up and just shove an axe in the back of Lewis's head, and I can't. Because I can get that close, but as soon as I get close, he wants to talk to me. Instead, I don't want to talk to him. I want to smash an axe into his face. You want to get more serious? You feel the same way? You're kind of nervous? Step on me? Hi? What the fuck do you mean, hi? What? I give you a birthday present. I give you a puffer fish, your favorite fish. I give you a bouquet. I ask you out, and the first thing you say is, hi. Seems like you're starting to get close with some of the townspeople. Yeah, your daughter. If you want to show someone that you're romantically interested, you've got to give them one of your beautiful flowers. Pierre, I did that yesterday. I was fucking standing in front of you when I asked your daughter out. You saw me. Why would I pay 600 gold for a bug meat? You think this is what I need? You think, give me that shit. Clint, what the fuck is wrong with you? That is the creepiest fucking... Clint, the creepy ass guy who sits in my bushes and watches me as I sleep and foam, wants me to bring him an aquamarine to rub on his toe. Okay, and now we get to make some serious profit because I can sell this bug meat and earn back even more money than I bought it for. Abigail's nice because she pegs. I mean, she's just gotta... It's nice to marry Abigail because then you get to piss off Pierre. And anything that pisses off Pierre is worth doing.
Guess not, it's a massive gas station?
Love
Huh.
sorcery? Are you a witch?
I think I've seen gas stations like what you're talking about. I think I know what you mean.
That was close. I mean, I would have had to burn her at the stake if she was a witch. There is somebody outside my house right now. Hold on.
The size of a Costco? Never mind.
I think
I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds fucking massive.
Sorry for acting so weird yet. What are the animals doing? What? It's Clint. No, it looks like they brought a bag? What is... They're taking maybe like Halloween decorations or something that were left out? Can you go ask them what they're doing? Hold on. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, well, they're gone. Oh, I need to take these off now. One second. I'm sorry there were pants. to take this time to apologize to all of the fans. I let you down. The behavior was completely out of line. And I know all the people that looked up to me.
Hey,
I'm
Silent.
sorry
Take.
for what I've done, and I'll never do it again. I will never wear pants again. You know, I used to like Vaporeon a lot as a kid, but like I can't tell people that like Vaporeon is an evolution that I like a lot, because then they just think I want to fuck the Vaporeon. And like, I'm not saying I don't. You're selling 24 mixed seeds for 1,000 star tokens each? Dude, why the hell would anyone buy? Gimme 600 gold. There she is. Okay. Here. You wanna use this pumpkin together? There's a lot you can do with a pumpkin, you know. Yeah, can I have an idea. I have an idea.
Alright, only 1,000 more to go tonight.
What? Astolfo doesn't produce milk? I disagree. Nobody comes here. I don't have to say anything. Yeah, close your eyes. Okay, now pull out the sword. Fucking ram it inside of her. Oh!
I don't know why people think I'm violent.
Gimme.
I'm not violent. I'm really peaceful.
Actually, if we go find Abigail, we could go figure out whether because we've got 3 cakes we can offer Abigail right now. We could give her a pink cake, we could give her a chocolate cake, or we could give her my cake. Bug me! Dude, where does she keep getting this shit? Oh, can I push her in the water? Oh. Come on! There's nobody nearby. Just let me push her in the water. You wonder if I actually like any NPC? Look, liking NPCs is irrelevant. That's not going to get between me and my homicidal instincts. Oh! Dinosaur! 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 Make it at least 25 levels deep. What? Bug meat's a super rare item. The only way you can get it is from the traveling merchant, I'm pretty sure. And we've gotten lucky, and there have been 3 times so far that we've managed to buy bug meat from the traveling merchant. I think one of them was a steal at 600, and then the other 2 were 800, which is a reasonable price. And we're keeping that bug meat in the fridge. Abigail? What are you doing? It is 6 a.m. and you got out of bed to go stare at a rock. Why did I marry this woman? She's trying to eat my Whoa, 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 whoa. What? You wanna give me that fruit as a symbol of your love? Okay, but do you have any, like, bonberries? Because, I mean, the starred fruit's fine or whatever, but, what are you doing here? Why do these people think it's okay to just come to my property? The farm looks great. Emily, look at the farm. There's nothing growing. What do you mean it looks great?
HP is the Moonlord app. 200995.
I love how all that Pierre has to do to run Georgia out of town is fucking kill Morris. And then Georgia leaves.
He does genuinely kill Morris here.
Like, Morris just fucking died. Yeah, we never heard from him again because Pierre fucking killed him. What happened to the Georgia girl? Did Pierre fucking kill her too? The one that works the cash register? Is there no end to his bloodlust? So, do you still have nothing to say about my dinosaur outfit? Come on. I don't care about your hamster. Dinosaur outfit. Talk about me.
When I made this video,
Oh,
I mentioned
God.
that the highest possible point value
Oh,
expedition
oh
mode
god.
is 9,200
Oh god.
gold.
Why am I deep throating my microphone? What the hell? I wasn't expecting that. Let me turn that down a little bit.
4 points as Saint, and that I'd try streaming that challenge. Well, I did, and it went pretty well, actually. Had I not lost my karma flower to a red lizard, I probably would have finished it then. But I did fail it, and I spent several days off stream trying to finish it. And that took a little while, but I did finish it. And this is how I did it. To start off, you need to get the correct challenges. To do this, start by setting your challenges to only hunting challenges and randomize at max difficulty until you get kill 15 cyan lizards. Then add the next lowest score challenge out of these 4 and multiply by 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, or 1.4, depending on how many challenges you have left.
Why am I using Microsoft Edge? I don't use Microsoft Edge. What? This is Firefox.
Getting 688.6, which rounds up to 689. I then randomize this challenge until I get 689 or higher. If I get a number higher than 689, then I take that number, divide by 1.1, add 444 again, and multiply by 1.2, and then randomize until I get that number or higher. If I did get 689, I would then move on to kill 15 vultures, which is 606. I would take 182 plus 444, the 2 challenges that I know I already have, add 606
I love
on top of
the
that, and multiply by 1.2.
live
You get
action
1470.
calculator in the bottom
Keep
left.
repeating this process until you get 4,049 points. Then enable all the burdens, and you should be at 9,234. These burdens are going to massively increase the difficulty of the challenge, except for one that actually makes it easier. Blinded makes the world dark, enables nighttime spawns, which are mainly Myros vultures, and makes it difficult to see in certain areas, and pretty much necessitates the Neuron Glow perk. Doomed means you can't die, like, at all. You die without a karma flower, that's it, game over. You get to live out a slugcat isekai, but challenge failed. Hunted is also,
I spent a lot of time
isekai, but challenge failed. At all. You die without a
making
karma
this.
flower, that's it, game over. You get to live out a slugcat
for it to be on screen for like a second.
isekai, but challenge failed. Hunted is also,
I do that a lot.
Hunted is a big problem. It straight up just teleports threats in the area to dens near you, and then they go to the room you're in. They don't know your exact
950
location at
left
all
now.
times, but they'll move to your room, and that could make areas just impossible to traverse. Like you
I
can't
wish this
get through
video
this.
looked better than
However,
it did.
Pursuit gives you access to
The
your best
problem
friend,
is
the Dark
Saint
Centipede.
just, like,
He's a real one. He
doesn't-
is your constant companion in this deadly, unforgiving world. No matter where you go, he'll be there for you. Need to distract a Myros vulture? He's got your back. Borrow a 20? No problem. Kill off vultures and lizards for you, giving you the kill credit? Wouldn't even hesitate. Need to
This isn't
infiltrate
even
the
like live
environment?
stream.
He's
This is
already empty of
recorded,
work.
but like
He might be a bit
this
clingy,
this
but use
snow
him
just
firm and let him know
does
when he
not
needs some
show
distance.
up
If he
on
falls off a cliff or
recordings
is taken
well.
away
It
by a
looks
Myros
awful.
vulture, he won't despawn or reappear
So
for the
like
rest of the cycle.
anything related
Finding
to
the Dark
Saint
Centipede is a
just
massive
does not
help.
look good in
And
videos.
as far as perks, I wouldn't do it without these 8.
especially in
Moonlord to
darkness
offset the
with
blinded
blinded.
burden, a back spear to deal with centipedes and save ammunition, a karma flower because I just like lemon flavored snacks, explosion resistance because it is absurdly difficult to kill Myros vultures without it, explosive jump and parry because parrying is your main defense against enemies, item crafting to make explosives, a lantern to keep warm and eat meals, combine a blue fruit and a rock to make a flashbang, and then a flashbang with a rock to make a lantern, high agility because and a gun. The gun is a major help for this challenge, and it would be borderline impossible without it simply because of how difficult it is to defend yourself. I can use spears to kill things. Saint does monk damage in expedition mode, although the spear range is rather pathetic, and by using exploding spears and patience, you could theoretically kill all of the enemies you need. But that would be exceptionally difficult on top of an already very difficult challenge. The gun should be loaded with debris. Don't put grenades in it, and be careful not to put fruit in it when you're trying to eat it. And always keep track of where you put it. If you lose the gun, it'll be almost impossible to beat.
I used to go to high school with a girl named Bree.
Immediately after spawning,
I always
in,
thought that was
immediately
weird.
line it straight to either industrial complex.
same
or
name as
outskirts of Silent
cheese.
Construct. I need to kill 15 cyan lizards, 15 caramel
like
lizards, 15 vultures, 15
going-
Myros vultures, and
knowing
15
somebody
Myros
named,
birds.
like, Gruyere.
Cyan lizards and vultures are pretty much everywhere.
That'd be
Caramel
weird,
lizards are
right?
mostly found in farmways and outskirts. Myros vultures are everywhere, but good locations to kill them are not. And Myros birds are only feasible to kill in Silent Construct. Now, Myros birds
chocolate-covered
do spawn in
almonds? Nice.
Subterranean. In fact, they're very easy to kill there, easier than in Silent Construct. However, with the hunted burden, Subterranean is just unplayable. The game will lag and crash due to the number of enemies and AI that it's keeping track of, and on crashing, it'll count as a save
Alright,
input
900
and
to
use your
go.
karma flower. And now, the next time you die permanently. Do not go to Subterranean. All of the enemies I need to kill, except for the Myros vultures, can simply be stun-locked by the gun and shot to death. Cyan lizards are quite weak and easily stunned and knocked off of cliffs. I tended to get the kills in Industrial Complex, and these 2 rooms here. Blast them off a ledge and you'll get the kill credit. You can even parry them off and it'll count. For vultures, you pretty much just need to lay into them with a gun. Once you dump a good amount of bullets into them, I usually did around 50, you can drop the gun and use your back spear to finish them
I
off
made
to
that
save
number
ammo.
up. I don't
If
remember
not,
how much
centipedes
I
can
did.
also come in for the kill too. I just need to make sure to
50
shoot
just
the bullet
sounded
closer
good.
when they get shocked, or else I won't get the kill credit. For caramel lizards, I use this shelter near drainage and outskirts and head to the left 2 rooms. By baiting the caramel lizards into the water here, they become extremely easy to kill. Caramel lizards can't really swim at all, they just kind of flop around down there. They might spit a little bit, but they're harmless enough in the water. They are quite tanky though. You can also line up shots in the other rooms nearby, just be wary of the other enemies. Myros birds are pretty much the same story. You just line up shots and... Also, be sure to never kill a Myros vulture in a spot that covers your exit. You gotta get back to the shelter after you kill them. And lastly, Myros vultures are immensely difficult to kill. Grenades, you use grenades. Gun doesn't work, they don't get stunned. You need to line up a grenade throw over a ledge so that they get stunned and fall to their death. This area in Industrial Complex has cherry bombs to make grenades and 2 rooms with great Myros vulture killing pits. You can lead them into this spot here and blast them off a ledge, or use the spot below the cherry bombs. It's not 100% consistent, but it works very well. Don't throw the grenade when the Myros vulture is directly rammed against the room transition, or it'll send you flying off to the left and you'll die. There does seem to be some sort of fear or aversion aspect, where after killing around 12 in this room, they just stopped coming. I had to spread the kills out between these 2 rooms to avoid that. Now, Myros vultures will sneak snop you, and they will drop whatever they are carrying to sneak snop you instead if you get close to them. They can follow you through thin tunnels, they can go between rooms, you cannot get away from them. They never stop coming for you, they never stop following you, they never stop! Hitting a Myros vulture...
It's funny the tutorial store base sounds more like a lighthearted comedian, but live stream store base sounds like a comedian that's actually a psychopath. Look, I did...
Close to them. They can follow you through thin tunnels, they can go between rooms, you cannot
You say
get away
that
from them.
as this
They never stop
happens.
coming for you, they never stop following you, they never stop!
That's me.
Hitting a Myros vulture will cause them to start charging up their explosive attack. This prevents them from sneak snopping.
By the way, look at the
Hitting a
cat.
Myros vulture will cause stop coming for you, they never stop following you, they never stop! They never stop following you, they never stop! Hitting a Myros vulture will cause them to start charging up their explosive attack. This prevents them from sneak snopping for a brief time, although they will still try to ram you with their body. You can buy a moment to escape with this, and parrying them will cancel.
You know, I'm good at
explosive attack
acting
with
like a
some.
sane
I've
person.
tried throwing spears into them and then parrying
Sometimes.
them before the explosive goes off, and then repeating before they
I
sneak
can
snop,
pull
and you can
off
probably
appearing
kill one
normal.
like this with a lot of difficulty,
Who's
but
in the
it's never
mask?
worked out long
Me.
enough for me.
That's me.
I found these 3 shelters to be the ideal locations to hunt these enemies. At the industrial complex entrance near outskirts, go up here to this shelter.
Do you think I just have like a stock video of someone busting down a door and then starting to beat you with a nightstick? No, that's me. I did that.
One room to the left and up, there's the Batfly room, which is a great place to kill Myros vultures.
And who's
and
holding the
has
camera? My
lizards.
sister.
Past that is the Cherry Bomb room, where you can craft explosives, and that room has some center wings in it. Keep going down, and there are several popcorn plants, and you can use the popcorn seeds to craft vulture grubs if you wait for the blizzard to pop them. Then, in this room, you've got fruit, and there's 5 more fruit in this room, and the paths interconnect.
Hell of a conversation. Hey, can you hold this camera and record a video of me as I kick in your door and then run at you and make it look like I'm about to beat you with
However, you need to be very careful that you do not
stick?
shoot your karma flower off a ledge. It is all too easy to do if you die up in the Batfly room. And importantly, you can utilize an exploit to allow Saint to eat Batflies, and there are Batflies right here. By eating Batflies as a meal, Saint will still suffer the same negative effects and gain no food from the Batfly. What? However, you do still get the 1 bonus food from eating a meal, which ultimately means you get 1 food from eating the Batfly. And by holding the Batfly in my right hand, I won't eat the fruit in my left hand, and this is because, I think, the game eats the food in your right hand just
How many days in total do you think it's gonna take? I have no idea.
Left hand, and since you get stunned by eating the Batfly, it cancels eating the food in your other hand. So, by doing this, you can effectively just catch and eat
God, I
Batflies.
hate the
You can even
quality
run
of
the
this
hunter
video.
passive by doing this.
The snow.
So you've
God,
got a
I
loop
hate
of several rooms that don't have very many enemies in it.
It looks so good when you
Multiple
actually
paths
play
back to
it,
the
but
shelter, lots of
fuck, it
food,
looks so
very
bad
good
in
terrain,
recordings.
and tools to kill the enemies, and you can easily get your karma flower back if you die. There's a similar spot in outskirts near the drainage system shelter. This one is a bit more crowded and a lot more dangerous, but I could not find a better place to kill caramel lizards. You will have to deal with numerous caramel and orange lizards, a strawberry lizard, a red lizard, Myros and regular vultures, and a lot of centipedes. The lizards will often have their dens set to these 2 rooms randomly at the start of cycles due to the hunted burden, which means to get out of the
look
shelter,
nice.
you very well may have to go past
It
the
looks a
caramel
lot
lizards,
nicer
caramel
in
lizards,
game.
and strawberry lizards. The safe path is to go up and to the left. This room only has a strawberry in it, and other lizards won't have their dens moved here. And the room past it has no enemies in it naturally and is where you want to go.
By the way, are you
Bottom
trying to
path to
avoid
the left
Rainworld
is faster,
spoilers? I
and
can
it has
skip
food
some
to
of the
grab on the
Rainworld
way,
videos
but
that
in
might
doing it, I
give
likely will
spoilers.
have
This
to
isn't
pass
really
several
spoilers.
random
This has
lizards,
nothing to
including
do with
possibly a red
like
lizard.
anything in the rest
Now,
of the
if I
game.
get past them, it will
This
draw
is
their
a
attention
specific,
to
very
no
high
problem.
difficulty
They can
challenge
trap the
in a
caramels in the water
specific
down here.
game mode
There
that's
are
not
many
even the
Batflies
regular
in this room,
campaign.
which the strawberry lizard tends to get distracted by, and you can hunt for
But
food.
I think
There's a
some
lot
of the
fruit down below,
challenges and
this
stuff
tunnel through the
might
undergrowth tends
be
to
some
have a lot of debris
spoilers.
to use for ammo.
And I think the
Using
challenge
same
and
Batfly
expedition
as
guide are
exploit,
coming
I
up
can keep
soon.
myself fed very easily. Myros Vultures will show up sometimes, and this is actually the only time I've ever seen a God Centipede win against a Myros Vulture. By bringing it down into the water, it can do an AoE shock on another enemy and deal 20 damage to the Myros Vulture indirectly, which is just enough to kill it. But this is quite rare to occur, and Myros Vultures almost always win the exchange when fighting. Getting between regions is always the most dangerous part of the run. They might not look it, but these two shelters are pretty much as safe as the world is going to get. It is very dangerous traveling between them. You don't really know what's going to be waiting in the next room or how to get past it, and if you die, your Karma Flower is not going to be in a good place to retrieve it. But by using these two shelters, I can kill 15 Cyan Lizards, 15 Vultures, 15 Myros Vultures, and 15 Caramel Lizards. And that leaves just the Myros Birds. So that means we're off to Silent Construct through Industrial Complex. It's a very good idea to be on good terms with scavengers by this point, and by just fighting alongside them and shooting at what's attacking them, you can get a lot of chieftain progress very easily. Granted, even if you're on good terms with them, they're still pretty dangerous to be around. I go to this shelter here because it's right next to the Myros Birds and it has a lot of food. Unlike the other shelters, there's only one path back to here though.
That was one of the things that sucked about doing the Blueberry Slugcat campaign, is the pre-cycle flooding did not look good on stream.
Spots like this are ideal, anywhere you can cling out of reach and shoot them consistently. Between the lasagna and the fruit here, it's pretty easy to stay fed too. And with that, the challenge is done. After making it back to the shelter intact, that's all 9,234 points.
Yeah,
And
for
boy,
anyone that
it's
missed
not
it,
very fun to do. Saint
I
is
put out a
just
video
not very
earlier on
fun
how
for
to
stuff
unlock
like this. The gun
the
gets old, Myros
Blueberry
Vultures are
Slugcat
super
on
annoying, and the other
console.
Slugcats would just be more fun in my opinion. Monk is the next highest point value, and then the rest of them like this.
I hate this because they changed Monk. Monk is no longer the second highest point value
I might do some multiplayer
expedition
hyper expeditions,
because they've
like the
removed
Hunter
Monk's
one I did
bonus
earlier
point
this week.
multiplier
These
from
ones at
hunting
least you can play as a
challenges.
fun Slugcat with competent weaponry. But for now,
So that's
this
no
is-
longer accurate. I also think I typed something wrong in Sphere Master's Challenge.
Expedition mode is one of the mods available in the remix menu, and with it you're able to play a special game mode.
Saw the
with
video earlier?
campaigns to
Okay.
complete.
Well, I think
To access it,
Expedition
you need to
and
enable it here.
the
Much like
challenge
the
guide
other
are going to be
challenges,
coming
you'll
up
only have
next,
access
just
to
as a
Monk
heads
and
up.
Survivor at first, and you'll need to beat each Slugcat's campaign to unlock them here, except for Hunter, which is unlocked by beating Monk or Survivor. Note that while Expedition mode does require the Downpour DLC, you can
Expedition
play
mode is
without the
really
more
cool.
Slugcats mod
After you
enabled
finish
by
the
you, and more
campaigns, I think
Slugcats
dabbling in
mod will be
Expedition
gone.
is really fun.
Expedition mode does
Expedition
also
and
support
challenges are both
multiplayer
really
with
fun.
Jolly co-op. Unfortunately, you cannot go on expeditions as the Blueberry Slugcat though. You go on expeditions, as the name suggests, with
I
randomly
wonder if
selected
anybody ever
objectives
modded
and
that.
quests.
I know, I
Unlike
think
mini
7
campaigns
Seas
or longer versions of the arena challenges, you can decide how
was
many
talking
challenges you
about
like from
modding
5
Rain World so that you
difficulty
could
up
do
and whether
Blueberry
or not you
expeditions.
ahead of time. In this menu here, you can also disable challenges if there's a particular one that you don't want to have show up. When you start your expedition, you'll be put in a shelter.
I
in a
spent
random
so much
select
time
region.
getting
I've had the game
recordings
put
and
me in
things for this.
Metropolis once as a non-artificer
Hey,
character,
Pandora.
but otherwise it seems to be random from the available regions.
Yes, I
That's like that.
believe
You start at
Gourmand,
1
Survivor,
karma, remember
and
the minimum
Monk
karma is 0
might be
karma,
able to
and
get
if you would drop below
to
0 karma,
Respawn
you will
Metropolis.
lose the game
Maybe it's
entirely.
just
All
Survivor.
Slugcats have a maximum
I've
karma
only
of
seen it
5
as
to start
Survivor,
with,
but
and visiting
a
echoes
couple of
below it.
Slugcats can
Saint
spawn
is
in
unable to reach their
Metropolis.
ascended farm as a result.
They
The
can't
expedition
go
will
there,
take
but they
place
can
after the
spawn
completion
there.
of the campaign, so 5 pebbles will consider you to be revisiting him and be angry, and storylines can't be progressed. Hunter has unlimited cycles as well. Arena unlocks are not present in expedition mode, and your objectives are visible in the top left, and holding map will reveal them. Upon completing every objective, you'll be told that you finished your expedition and need to rest to complete it. At this point,
Did I
you'll
say
have to
hi,
return to
Pandora,
your shelter
already?
with enough
I don't
food to
remember.
hide
I'll say
when you
hi
win.
again.
Starving yourself will not count. If your last challenge was to earn a passage, you'll win on the cycle that you sleep and earn it, but if your last challenge was to visit an echo, you will not win on the cycle that you visit it. It'll send you back to the shelter, and you'll need to rest again after that. Depending on the objectives you've completed, you'll earn a number of points, which unlock perks and burdens. You will not earn points for anything outside of your challenges. Killing creatures, earning passages, time spent, none of that influences your final points. It's only the challenges. If you don't want to or can't complete every objective, you can earn a partial completion by going to the depths. You'll earn reduced points, but you will earn credit for what you've completed. Going to the Slugcat tree will not end the game, you have to go to the depths. If you permanently die, you earn no points.
I hope all this
Keep in
information
mind
is
that
still
partial
accurate.
completion
They
are optional
updated
to stock
expedition
up
mode a
extremely
little bit.
difficult Challenge. By earning these points, you'll increase your level, which is necessary to complete the quests in the progression page.
Like
there are
Monk's
75 of them, each of them with different
point
requirements.
multiplier,
The white quests unlock music in the jukebox, the green quests unlock perk slots, the blue quests unlock
cutest
perks,
Slugcat
and the
hunter.
red quests unlock burdens. The final quest is to finish all 74 other quests, and it gives you the Expedition Leader achievement, which is currently the rarest in the game on Steam. The quests are all fairly straightforward, either requiring you to reach a certain level, beat expeditions with a particular Slugcat, complete a particular challenge a certain number of times, beat expeditions with hidden challenges or burdens, or beat the missions. Missions are available at the top of
If
the
the words
progression
best
page,
and
there's one for each
Slugcat are in the
Slugcat.
same sentence, the
There are
answer is
predetermined
Hunter.
expeditions with specific challenges to complete, and I'll go into more detail on those later.
Like blue one?
Note
That's
that for
Rivulet.
quests, the difficulty of the expedition challenge
He's pretty
doesn't
cute.
matter. If a quest needs you to beat an expedition
But
with
Hunter.
Rivulet, you can do a single challenge expedition and keep re-rolling until you get an easy one. quests that say you need to complete a certain number of challenges, such as this, where you need to play a saint and beat 3 challenges, mean that you need to beat 3 challenges in a single expedition, not overall. There are 16 perks that you can unlock through completing quests, and the maximum number of perks you can use at once is 8 once you hit level 20. These perks are spawning with a scavenger lantern, vulture mask, scavenger grenade, singularity bomb, electric spear or gun, spawning with a neuron fly light effect or a consumed karma flower, being able to use passages, which are earned by completing challenges instead of earning passages. With this perk enabled, you get passages when you complete objectives, 1 per objective.
The strongest
Being
like
able
that
to slow
hunter.
time as if you had consumed a mushroom by pressing pick up and jump at the same time with a small cooldown, and the various powers for most of the slugcats. Spearmaster's dual-wielding
But
spears,
no, I mean,
Man's crafting, Artificer's explosive jump and
objectively,
parry, Artificer's explosion
the most
resistance, Rivet's
powerful
spin and breath,
in-combat
Hunter's back spear
slugcat
are
in
all
a
available.
straight-up fight is
Spearmaster's spear production, Artificer's bomb
probably
production,
just gonna be
and all
Artificer.
Warman's weight and ability to cough
Um,
up items, and Saint's
I
tongue
mean-
are not available. And meal eating is included with the crafting perk.
Artificer's whole deal
Needless to
is
say, these perks are
combat.
extremely powerful. You can give any slugcat rivulet
but
speed,
Hunter.
Artificer's
The answer's
explosive
Hunter.
jumps, and even the all-powerful back spear. To counterbalance perks, you can also choose to make the game more difficult with burdens once you unlock them. Burdens will increase your total score with a point multiplier depending on the burden. The burdens are Blinded, which is a 20% point multiplier. It causes the world to become permanently dark. It's not pitch black, but it makes seeing dangers difficult. Interestingly,
Like
it
the Hunter
actually
Slugcat?
increases the visibility in pitch
Dwayne
black
World
in
Hunter.
Citadel. If you choose this burden, make sure you bring either a scavenger lantern or have the neuron fly glow. It also seems to cause nighttime spawns in some areas, like cyan lizards in the wall. Doomed, which is a 75% multiplier, it causes permadeath whenever you would lose karma, instead of when your karma would drop below 0.
No, Hunter's the
This
best
means that
slugcat.
any death is permanent unless you have a karma flower, in which case death is permanent if you die without its protection. Other than that, it doesn't change the game though. It's the
The
highest
reason
point
Hunter is the
multiplier
best
available, but I
slugcat
wouldn't
is
attempt it without a
because
karma flower.
it takes the
Hunter,
base
which is a
slugcat and
50%
it doesn't.
multiplier, it causes
You
hostile
still
enemies in a
feel
region
like
to
just
know
a
your
regular
location and hunt you
slugcat.
down
The
with
problem
levels.
with a lot of the
It'll lead
DLC
to some
slugcats is
very
they
clustered
have
rooms and
very
environments
strong
that make certain
abilities
areas
that
like
make
the
them
trench
feel very
subterranean tunnels
different.
a nightmare to try and
They
pass.
feel less
If you
like
choose
just
to use this
animals
burden,
and
you'll
more
face
like
constant dangers from
genetically
many,
modified
many enemies,
war machines
especially
of
as
death and
slugcats
destruction.
spawns. You've got to stay on the
And
move, be
they
ready to
have
fight, and
a
good knowledge of
their
alternative
different
routes
vibe
take
to the
you
game as a
area.
result. Whereas
Pursuit,
Hunter
which
still
is a
just feels
35%
like a
multiplier,
slugcat. Your special
causes a
ability as Hunter
hyper-aggressive red centipede, which I'll
is
call the
you can
God
carry
Centipede
a
from
spear
here on out, to
on your
spawn and
back.
chase you every cycle. The centipede can be killed, but it'll disappear and not leave a corpse, and then respawn later that same cycle. The amount of time it takes
Which
to
is
spawn
incredibly
random.
strong.
Sometimes it won't show up for quite a while into a cycle, and other times it'll be on you immediately. You'll see a message pop up when it spawns in,
But
and
it's
then
the most
message
fun
leaves. The God Centipede is much more dangerous than regular red centipedes. because
mechanic
stealth can't really
of
be employed
the
against it. You can fight
slugcats,
and kill it, though. It will take
in
a
my
not
opinion.
insignificant amount of time, but a well-placed exploding spear after knocking off the armored shells will kill it. Spore puffs can be employed as well, and this is particularly viable if you have the item crafting perk. Regardless of how the God Centipede dies, it will never leave a corpse for you to eat. Even bringing it into a shelter while you sleep, which normally kills centipedes, will just cause it to disappear. The paralyzing effect of echoes will affect this centipede though, and you can use that to kill one easily.
Oh, Short
Because
Sword
of
was
all
way
this,
better,
you
Gabe.
could use this burden to try to farm points or red centipede.
I mean,
kills
we
at
would
the
have been
end
like
of a
most of the way
challenge.
done with
You
Short
get
Sword
kill
by this
credit for
point.
the God Centipede as it disappears. I wouldn't call it a great strategy, but it is an option. Alternatively, you could try to distract and juke the centipede. It will fight other
How you doing,
enemies,
Gabe?
although it almost always wins and does so quickly. You can use
Getting more
tunnels
boring.
and room transitions to get away from it, and sometimes it'll lose track of you between rooms and you can get away from it. You can also go through karma gates between regions.
How
and
did
you
your,
can
like,
despawn and
SAT end
respawn
up going?
closer to you. I would highly recommend using the Rivulet speed buff if you want to use this burden. That's a brief overview of the game mode, and now I'm going to go into a lot more detail on the challenges that can appear and how to complete them. You can pick between 1 and 5 challenges and enable
Worse than last
disable
time or
certain
whatever.
ones with this menu.
That's alright.
When playing as Artificer, Neuron Fly Gifting cannot
Good luck
appear,
with
and Pearl Delivery
applications.
instead
Those are
has
gonna be coming up soon,
Petals.
right?
When playing as Spearmaster, Neuron Fly Gifting cannot appear. When playing as Saint, Neuron Fly Gifting and Pearl Delivery cannot appear, and Pearl Hoarding is replaced with common pearls instead of colored pearls. Each challenge is worth a certain number of points. The difficulty slider at the top of the screen does not affect the Passage, Echo, Pearl Delivery, or Vista Visiting challenges, but for the rest of the challenges, it increases the number of times that the action must be done, and it also increases the difficulty of the enemy that you
I
have to
spent
kill for
so
hunting
much
challenges.
time
You can
on
also
this
choose to hide challenges, which will double the number
on
of
this
points that they
screen.
give you. Hidden
The
challenges are
challenges
always
screen, just
random against the
randomizing
total pool of
things,
challenges.
figuring out
Disabling
exactly.
challenges
I didn't
does
look at
not
any
affect
code
hidden
for this.
ones. At least
All of
one
the information I
challenge
got for
will
this
be
video
found
was
hidden, and all hidden
empirically
challenges
tested,
will be revealed at once,
in
with
terms of
all
the
hidden
maximums and
challenges
minimums
completed.
and
You can make progress towards hidden challenges before seeing them, and you
point
can even complete
values.
them
I just
without
kept
knowing what they are.
randomizing them and then
Passage
doing the math
challenges
to see how
invite
much
you
they
to
were
earn a
worth.
particular passage to complete them. You begin with the survivor passage.
It was a lot of work.
Almost all passages are available to make progress towards immediately. Any passage except for Mother or Survivor can be chosen, and they are worth a varying number of points. All passages are
With
worth
another
the same
essay
amount
that's
of
way
points
better than the
for
last
every
one, so you're
slug
feeling
cat
relatively
except one
confident
noted.
with the ones
The
that just
outlaw
reach your
passage,
SAT
which is
score.
earned by killing creatures, is worth 25 points. It can be earned fairly easily anywhere, but shaded
Confidence
Citadel
is a
with
weird
Lantern
thing
might
with
take the
college
easiest location,
admissions.
in my opinion. The Saint passage, which requires you to avoid dealing damage to or killing creatures, is worth 30 points. This is
I wouldn't
increased to
get
70 for
so
Spearmaster, but
confident
not
that
for
you would
Artificer or Hunter.
feel
If you're playing
like
as a carnivorous slug cat, popcorn plants are
upset
an
if
appealing
you
option
weren't
for
to
food.
get in
You can
because
use a
college
Vulture Mask to
admissions
avoid confrontation
deny
with lizards,
people,
and you can even hunt
especially
food
if you're
and
going
store
to
in shelters
more
for later
prestigious
cycles. It won't count against
universities.
Saint if you killed it ahead of time. As Spearmaster, your options are pretty much limited to just popcorn plants. I find the route from 5
Deny
pebbles to the
perfectly
bottom of the wall
qualified and
to
good
chimney
people all the
canopy to
time.
industrial complex to pipe yard to be a pretty good route to take if
but,
you need to hit popcorn plants. The monk
that sounds
passage,
good.
which
Sounds
requires you to
promising.
avoid eating creatures, is worth
I
30
just,
This
I
is
think it's
also
good
increased to
to
70 as
approach
Spearmaster.
them in a way
As a
that
carnivorous slug cat, popcorn plants are still the best option. You can
set
also
your
enjoy
expectations
starving yourself to
reasonable
get 2
so that
cycles
if you
of food
do
out of a
get
single
rejected by things
This
you
works for the
wanted
Saint
to
and
not
Hunter
get rejected
passages
by,
as
you
well,
don't end
although
up
for Hunter
getting
you'll need to eat
upset
creatures
by
instead
that.
of popcorn plants. The Hunter passage, which requires eating only creatures, is worth 40 points. As non-carnivorous slug cats, hunt for batflies, centipedes of any size, and jellyfish. As carnivorous slug cats, you can probably get this
Because I
trying.
know,
This passage cannot be chosen for Saint.
gonna
The
go to
Fun
a school
passage,
of
which you
mine
earn by
to find
sleeping
out
in
it
the
was
same shelter
Suicide
as a lizard
Central?
for 3
What do you
cycles
mean?
in a row is worth 50 points. The
Just
lizard
really
at the
high
beginning of
suicide
Shaded
rates?
Citadel is
What school is
extremely
it?
easy to tame with lantern mice, and there's an abundance of food and a lack of dangers nearby. I find that to be a pretty good location. Just feed the lizard a dead mouse and wait for it to get tamed. The Nomad passage is worth 60 points and requires visiting 4 different regions and sleeping in a new region each cycle. You can pass through multiple regions in a single cycle and get multiple pips of progress towards it. It seems to track Karma Gates. If you start in Sky Islands and go through the Karma Gate to Chimney Canopy, that's 1
Some
pip of
colleges are
progress.
gone, everyone's
If
too
you start in
sad.
Pipe Yard, go to Sky Islands, and then go to Chimney Canopy, that's 2 pips because you passed 2
School of
Karma
mine
Gates.
has the worst
Keep in
student
mind that
suicides out of
sleeping
any
in a
Ivy League
repeat region will
colleges.
cancel all progress.
Which
Dragonfly
college
worth
is it?
60 points, and it requires killing 6 different varieties of
I
lizards.
don't know what
It was
school of
overhauled
mine-
with
like,
Downpour and no longer requires the 6 specific species. Just do yourself a favor and don't try to kill red lizards for this, they are very tough. Scholar is worth 70 points and is earned after touching 3 different
CMU,
colored
everyone
pearls.
depressed.
However, Monk, Survivor, and Gourmand must visit Moon before earning progress.
They
towards the
changed this
passage.
part.
The passage does
They don't have to
not
visit Moon
silently track
anymore.
progress in the background. Only after visiting Moon and resting can progress be earned for those slug cats. If you're playing as one of those 3, I would go
Too
visit
stressful?
Moon and then pick up the 3 colored pearls and
That
surely.
sounds like my
There's one inside
university.
Moon herself, one if you go to the left from the entrance near Shaded Citadel, and one in the big tower from the 3rd room to the right in this shelter room, which you'll want Rivulet Speed, Bubbleweed, or a Jetfish to get to. Scholar cannot be chosen for Saint since there are no colored pearls. Murder needs you to repeatedly starve yourself and is worth
Oh, is
75
School
points.
of Mines
Storing
the
food in
name of
shelters
the
other than
school?
one that you rested at is a good idea. Personally, I find the last shelter in Farmways before
I've never heard of
or
that
the 2
before.
shelters next to each other at the entrance.
I just
Just
realized that
complex
might be the
with
actual
twisted
name.
this passage.
Oh.
Dead creatures like centipedes, lizards, and scavengers can also be stored in the shelter you rested
Why
in
are
without
the
auto
suicide
save.
rates
You
so
can
high?
starve
What?
yourself and then hit an echo
I've
and
never heard of
progress
that school
suffering negative
before.
effects as well, since
Wha-
it'll reset
it-
you to the last time you saved, which is before you starved. And remember, once you fill your
Engineering
food
school in
full, you'll no
Colorado.
longer suffer
Okay.
starvation effects, so keep that in mind. Also, keep in mind that popcorn plants are still
Engineering
used
can be
fun.
pretty stressful.
Pilgrim, worth 80 points, requires visiting every echo in the world. There are 6 for most characters: Chimney Canopy,
remember some of the,
Sky Islands, Farmways, Subterranean, and Shaded Citadel. Artificer has an extra echo in Metropolis, and Saint has echoes in Drainage System and Shoreline, and the
I
Shaded
knew some
Citadel
real
echoes
stressed
in
out
Underside
guys
Construct, and there's no
in
exterior echo.
college.
Wanderer is also worth 80 points and requires you to sleep in a shelter in every region. Simply visiting the region is not enough. And lastly, the Chieftain Passage, which requires you to boost your scavenger reputation to a certain level, is worth 80
In
points.
fact, it's in
For
Colorado.
obvious reasons, this cannot be chosen as a challenge when playing as Artificer. Be sure to pick up and gift pearls whenever possible. You can also hunt Overseer Eyes and rescue scavengers from danger for easy bonus points. as
Yeah,
well.
things like that are
Remember
usually
that colored
indicative
pearls are no
of
longer despawned, so
university
you can farm
issues.
reputation using those by going back to the room they're in and giving them to the scavengers each cycle. To do cycle score challenges,
And it's a
you need
good
to get
idea
certain amount of
at
score from killing
statistics like
creatures in a
that to
single
not,
cycle, between 20 and 120, depending on the difficulty. It's worth a number of points equal to 1/3
To
of
just
that
find
score
somewhere
rounded
else.
down,
There are
which is
plenty of
6 on the
colleges you
lowest
can go to.
difficulty and 40 on the highest. I find Chimney Canopy, near the industrial complex entrance, to be a good place to do this challenge, since you can attract vultures with grubs, there's a scavenger treasury with exploding spears nearby, and there are plenty of lizards. Plus, you can double back to industrial complex to kill more
Right,
lizards if
Killdozer?
necessary.
The
For
name
echo
sounds
challenges,
vaguely
each
familiar,
echo is worth
but
50 points, except for the echoes that are normally there on the first cycle
not,
to visit them. That means
terribly
subterranean
familiar.
and the exterior echoes are worth 35 points, and all the others are worth 50.
I've heard
As Saint, the
those
exterior
words
echo is
before,
absent,
but
the
I'm
primordial
not sure
underground
what they
echo is
mean.
still worth 35 points.
That's how I would describe it.
Overall score challenges give you points equal to a quarter of the score required. You just need to kill a bunch of things over the course of the expedition. The nice thing about this challenge is you can use it to determine when an enemy is dead and when an enemy is just stunned. If the challenge pops up and you make progress toward it, the enemy died. Hunting challenges will give you a specific enemy to kill and a specific amount.
I
The
fucked over the
difficulty
state
slider
official made a
influences
dozer
the
to
enemy
cause
chosen
mass
and the number
destruction.
required. Furthermore, the
That's
slug cat you're playing
unpleasant.
as has an influence on these. Only enemies that naturally spawn in the world will be chosen. Lineage-only enemies cannot. And the number of dens in the world of that enemy affect the maximum number chosen. For instance, when playing as Hunter, there are barely any aquapedes. Even on maximum difficulty, the game will only give you a challenge to kill a single one. Meanwhile, Rivulet, who has many more aquapedes, will have the challenge to kill 7.
Why was it called
challenges are worth the
Killdozer
number of
then?
points equal to the normal score of the enemy times the number of times
If
you need
nobody
to kill
got
it.
hurt.
This shows how many points every enemy is worth.
That's the name he gave it
The
himself.
maximum number required is
Oh.
15, although it can only be chosen for enemies with a large number of spawns. Uniquely, Saint has a 35% multiplier.
Seems weird
applied
for
to
something to
all
be called
hunting kills.
Killdozer if it
As an example,
neither
the challenge
killed
to kill
nor hurt
13 king
anybody.
vultures would be worth 325 points because they're worth 25 score each. The single highest point challenge in the game is kill 15 Myros vultures as Saint, which is worth 506 points after the 35% multiplier. The following enemies cannot appear in hunting challenges. Stowaways. The stowaways can still appear in expedition mode, but they can't appear as hunting challenges. Baby noodle flies,
Did hurt people?
reindeer, leviathans,
I'm sorry.
coalescipedes,
Go up 3
overseers,
messages where you
Asians,
said he didn't hurt
firebugs,
anyone. And
mother
the only
longlegs,
buildings homed were
hunter
empty
longlegs,
ones.
and slug pups. On the lowest difficulty, the hunting challenges are mostly spiders, centipedes, weak hostile creatures like dropways, and neutral creatures like egg bugs and snails. On medium, weaker species of lizards and stronger hostile creatures like centerwings, scavengers, and elite scavengers are typically chosen, along with moderate to high numbers of neutral creatures. On the highest difficulty, you'll be almost exclusively killing vultures, tough lizards, Myros birds, daddy longlegs, and
Isn't that a
impossible
tank?
enemies like red lizards, red centipedes, king vultures, and Myros vultures. If you're stuck needing to kill tough enemies, try to trade with scavenger merchants or loot scavenger treasuries for exploding spears. A single well-placed exploding spear will instantly kill most enemies in the game. A daddy longlegs dies in one hit to the core, Myros birds typically die in one body hit, and vultures and king vultures will typically die or be crippled after one clean throw. You can use colored pearls to trade repeatedly over multiple cycles since the pearl will respawn. Having a back spear is a massive help for transporting spears as well. Item collecting challenges require you to store between 2 and 8 of a certain item in a single shelter, depending on the difficulty. The possible items are puffballs, also known as spore puffs, scavenger lanterns, firecracker plants, aka cherry bombs, flare bombs, aka flashbangs, jellyfish, mushrooms, fly lures, aka batnip, and scavenger bombs. The challenge is worth a number of points equal to 7 times the number of items collected, 14 if you collect 2, and 56 if you collect 8. This is where you can find each of these items easily. Batnip can be found pretty commonly in the outskirts and industrial complex. Scavenger
An
lanterns and
idol
bombs can
in
be
most
easily
of
obtained by
Denver.
trading with scavenger merchants.
Oh,
The
an
one in
idol,
Shaded
like
Citadel
with
is
an O.
particularly good because it's very
I
close
see.
to a shelter. Flashbangs can be looted in Shaded Citadel and Subterranean, particularly
I don't
in the areas with the Myros birds. Spore puffs are all over the place in farm arrays. Jellyfish are found in Shoreline. Firecracker plants are just everywhere.
I'm
but
not.
this shelter
I'm
in
in
Sky
neither
Island has a
Denver nor
particularly high
Aurora, so
concentration
I
right
can't
next to
really
it.
shed much
Mushrooms
light
are
on
also
that.
found everywhere, but farm arrays, outskirts, and garbage wastes have some convenient locations that are right next to shelters. Neuron gifting challenges are going to require you to bring neuron flies from 5 pebbles to moon. On the lowest difficulty, it'll always require you to bring a single fly. On medium, it'll typically require 1, but occasionally 2. On the highest difficulty, it'll be a random amount from 2 to 4. You get a number of points equal to 70 times the number of neuron flies delivered to a maximum of 280. Don't be afraid to take 2 trips if you have to deliver 2 to 3 flies, and you will have to take multiple trips if you have to deliver 4. You can store a neuron fly in your stomach if you're full, and you can potentially use passages to transport
The
flies in
second
your
one,
stomach that way
thanks.
to avoid a full
There's
trip.
no E.
You will have to get past 5 pebbles to get the flies. Be careful and get out of there as soon as you can because he will kill you if you linger. Pearl delivery challenges require giving a colored pearl from a particular area to Moon or to 5 pebbles as Artificer. The amount of points given is based on region as shown here, and Artificer gets the same amount of points despite the pearls being delivered to 5 pebbles instead of Moon. Spearmaster has a blanket plus 20 points applied to all pearl delivery challenges. Pearl hoarding challenges require storing 2 to 5 colored pearls in a specific area with the amount based on difficulty. Pearls are worth 23 points each, so you'd get 46 points for a challenge to stash 2 of them. As Saint, there are only common pearls to hoard, and they're worth 10 points each instead.
We're at 20395 right now. Oh, sorry, 200395.
19 to walls or floors.
I wish we were at
You can spear corpses
20395.
to walls to meet this requirement as well. Baby centipedes are a great choice for this. Push a dead body up against a wall and keep spearing it to get it to stick. You get a number of points equal to 8 times the number of enemies required. The number chosen is random, but lower difficulties tend to be lower and higher difficulties tend to be higher. And lastly, Vista visiting challenges require you to find a Vista point in a given region. This is a small token sitting in a particular room that you need to touch. You'll get a visual indicator whenever you're in the room with the Vista point. Vista locations are chosen at random from one of several possible rooms, typically in scenic locations. All vistas are worth 40 points. I believe the region maps on the wiki have been updated to contain possible Vista points, so check
I wear
those out
the
if you can't
Merc
find it.
24/7.
The number of points you earn can be
I
increased
don't
through
know what
point
that means,
multipliers and
so
hiding
no.
challenges. Each additional challenge above 1 gives you 10% bonus points. 2 challenges is a 10% bonus, and 5 challenges is a 40% bonus. A hidden challenge is worth double points, but the trade-off is that you don't know what it is ahead of time. Burdens, once unlocked, can be used to give you a point multiplier between 20 and 180%,
I'm
depending
probably
on how
just
many
not
you enable.
going to
The
find
maximum
out.
possible point multiplier is 220% by playing with all
Putting that
burdens
out
and
there,
5
like, I don't
challenges.
care.
Note that point multipliers stack additively and not multiplicatively.
I'm not gonna
The
look
most
into
points
it.
available on a single expedition, by my count, is
Don't think it's likely I'd,
9,254. To achieve
interact
this,
with it
you need to do the
organically.
following 5 challenges as Saint, but with everything except Kill Cyan Lizards hidden. It's tedious to do, but you have to calculate the point value that you would get after getting one of the challenges and re-randomize individual ones until you get it. You also need to have every burden enabled. I think the day after I make this video, I'm going to try streaming this challenge, although no promises that it'll actually go well. In order to level up and unlock perks, you're going to want to complete challenges that give you more points. What I did was a tough 1300 point Hunter expedition at level 2, which skyrocketed me up a bunch of points. If you want to grind XP and wins through multiple runs though, I think going for Echo, Vista Point, and Spear Pinning challenges is best. If you want to do a single big expedition, I would set the difficulty high, hide 4 out of 5 challenges, and roll the randomized dice until you get a big point value. Remember though, if it's worth a lot of points, they're probably going to have you kill a lot of tough creatures. Once you start to level up, you'll begin to unlock perks. Personally, this is how I'd rank them.
I made the most
Scavenger
videos
Lantern
on
is obsolete
Terraria.
on Fly Glow, and it's only really useful for keeping Saint warm, so I put it at D tier.
When
Vulture
Downpour
Mask is
came
good for
out, I
traveling
made
together
a
safely,
string
so
of
I give it a low B.
Rainworld related
Scavenger
videos,
Bomb
like
is a
these
one-time
ones
use
here.
weapon that won't do enough damage to kill large threats,
But
and it can
in the
kill,
long
so I
term,
give
I
it a
haven't
low
made
C.
that many
Neuron
Rainworld videos.
Glow
It was
is
mostly a
wonderful
burst of things
all-around
after
perk that
Downpour.
reduces how hostile coalesce speeds and spiders will be,
Because
and
I was
provides
very interested in
constant bright
Rainworld,
light.
and a lot
I
of
would
other
put it
people were
at the
very
top of
interested in
B tier.
Rainworld,
There
and
aren't very
there
many
weren't really
expeditions I
good
wouldn't
guides
have
and
known
videos out.
Backspear is S tier, easily. Aside from gun expeditions, I always want a Backspear. Second
I
best
love
perk, in my
Backspear.
opinion. I would give Karma Flower an A. It's very useful, but it only helps to nullify mistakes. It can also be lost permanently. Similarly, Passages get an A. They're a quick Karma restock in a pinch and easy travel around the world, but that's more of a time save in fixing mistakes than a proactive benefit. Singularity Bomb, strange as it may seem, I put in only B tier. It's extremely powerful, but it's only a one-time use. You can use it to kill 1 or 2 massive threats in hunting challenges, but oftentimes your challenges are going to require a lot more than 1 or 2 kills. For instance, if I need to kill 15 Myros birds, a Singularity Bomb might kill 5 at most. I'd still need to find a way to kill 10 more, so the bomb is just making it a little bit easier. It's also very easy to kill yourself on accident with the bomb. Electric Spear is low A. Electric Spears are very strong. They're reusable, incapacitate almost everything, and can't be easily obtained like a Vulture Mask is. I put Spear dual wielding in low B tier. It sounds nice on paper, but a spear in both hands is worse than a spear in a rock most of the time in my opinion. It's good for killing centipedes and vultures, but not lizards. Explosion resistance is a solid C. It's much less helpful on non-artificial
Rainworld
characters
devs
since you
were
can't
furries?
release bombs at will. Explosive
I'm
jump,
not
however,
surprised
is
about
easily
that.
A. It is very, very good. Not only does it open up new maneuvering options and paths, but it lets you parry and stun creatures. Item crafting is down in B tier. It's very good for certain things, like making spore puffs to kill
I don't really
centipedes or for
care,
gathering
like,
items for item collecting quests. It also makes
if they're
performing
furries,
scavengers
so
very easy
what?
since you can craft pearls. High agility is easily S, top of S, best perk in the game without a doubt. Rivulet's speed is insanely strong, and it gives Rivulet swimming boosts and breath as well. Once you unlock this perk, you are never going to want to do an expedition without it. It is that strong. And lastly, the Joke Rifle is in B. It's very powerful, but it's awkward to use and it's less fun than Spear Combat in my opinion. And now, on to the 8 missions. These are specific expeditions, one for each slug cat, where you spawn in a specific shelter and need to complete specific objectives. You're able to use the perks you've unlocked, and they're at varying levels of difficulty, and varying levels of time. A mission like bird watching is very quick, maybe 20 or 30 minutes, where something like Apex Predator takes hours. Bird watching is Hunter's Challenge, and you'll get the Vulture Mask perk for beating it. You spawn in Chimney Canopy and need to kill 3 vultures, 1 king vulture, and reach the Vista Point. The shelter you spawn in is just above a scavenger treasury, and you can loot exploding spears from there to kill vultures easily. Just be careful not to have the garbage worms steal your spears. You can chase them off by running at them without a spear, then pick the spears up and walk through. I recommend stockpiling weaponry and going to the leftmost shelter in Chimney Canopy, just above the industrial complex gate. There's a vulture grub in here and a good place to trap vultures for killing out here. Place plenty of spears on the ground, throw the grub, and unload on vultures when they come. Then run into them and pick up and throw the spears again. I recommend using the exploding spears on king vultures if you're struggling on them, and you can always go run and get more exploding spears. The Vista Point is just up the middle path in this room. Keep going straight up from here and you'll reach it. Guiding Light is Survivor's Challenge, and you'll need to deliver a neuron fly to Moon and reach several Vista Points. However, you have the Blinded burden active, making the world very dark. You spawn just outside of 5 pebbles with a neuron fly, but I would recommend backtracking for an extra one to give yourself the light buff to illuminate the area. The Vulture Mask perk helps a lot with making your way through these areas. The first Vista Point is in the yellow lizard ball. Go down to the very bottom of it and jump off to the right to reach it. Make sure you hold up. You'll land on a horizontal pole beneath you. The industrial complex Vista is in the top area near the Shaded Citadel entrance, the one with all the popcorn plants. Head up here to reach it. Lastly, the shoreline vista is in this long tunnel room, to the right of this shelter, the room with all the leeches in the water. You can either hug the wall as you slide and jump off, or fall straight down from this room transition to reach it. This mission will unlock the Neuron Fly perk. Nature's Friend is quite simple. You need to earn the Friend, Saint, and Chieftain passages, and you spawn an industrial complex. You'll get a Karma Flower perk for beating it, so it's very worthwhile to do. I recommend farming for Saint first with the various popcorn plants and food between these two shelters in the industrial complex. There are also 4 pearls in an industrial complex that you can pick up to give to scavengers to get a head start on Chieftain. Then go to the beginning of Shaded Citadel and tame the lizard there with lantern mice to get Friend. If you haven't gotten Chieftain yet, head to Garbage Waste and finish up there, but with the 4 pearls and hunting Overseer eyes, you can easily get Chieftain by that point.
I'd see it, things.
Food
I'm not
Pearl
going to be
is
streaming
Warman's
for too
mission,
much
and you
longer.
need to
We
make
only
your
have
way through
250 more
Sump Tunnel to
HP.
Shoreline and Outer Expanse.
Like
While
15
doing this,
minutes.
you need to earn Hunter and Monk. I recommend immediately going down and to the right from Sump Tunnel to get to Shoreline and try to get Hunter while doing this. Make your way to the tower with the pink pearl, which is where the Vista point is. Then go back to the bottom of Shoreline and take the path to Subterranean. If you haven't gotten Hunter yet, finish it at this first shelter.
Oh,
in
no, I mean, if your
Subterranean
battery's
with
low, you don't have
7
to stick
Then
around.
start working on Monk, using this popcorn plant and the large number of gooey ducks across Subterranean and Outer Expanse. You need to make your way to Journey's End at the very top of the tree near the last train shelter. Continue to climb up here using the vistas all the way to the very top, then fall to the left and over and you'll be at the shelter. Finishing this unlocks the crafting perk. Scavenger
Okay, a
Hunt is
bit
one of the
longer.
more difficult
Okay.
missions, and as you might expect, you play as Artificer and need to massacre scavengers. 25 normal scavengers.
Yeah,
and 3
I've got a
monsters.
laser
And
hair
spawn
removal appointment
Metropolis.
tomorrow
There's
afternoon,
one
so I'm
golden
not sure
rule in
how much I'm going to
Metropolis
stream
that you should
tomorrow.
Never forget, there are always more scavengers. Never get complacent thinking you've killed them all. It's possible to finish this expedition in a single cycle, but that's very dangerous. I recommend taking things slowly, going to the entrance to Metropolis and using this shelter here.
I did a
If,
one
when
cycle
heading there, you take the upper path to the right of the
scavenger
hole,
hunt
you
at
can
one
bombard them with
point. I
explosives
died
and get
before I
several
could
free
rest,
kills.
but I
Usually
got the
1 to 2
expedition
elite
complete
scavengers
thing.
will die, and they're the hard part of this challenge. If you wander around Metropolis, you can easily find 25 regular scavengers to kill, but elite scavs are trickier to find. You can camp at the center of this toll to kill scavengers on each side, and the high-risk, high-reward play is to wait for nighttime. Once night falls, Metropolis is crawling with elite scavs. If you can't find any to kill, there isn't a better way to flush them out than that. You'll unlock the Electric Spear perk for beating this. Apex Predator, in my opinion, is the hardest of the missions. I recommend doing this last with multiple perks to support you. You need to seek out and kill a daddy longlegs, red lizard, red centipede, and Myros vulture as spearmaster and earn a total of 300 points.
What is
for kills.
Rainworld? Was the
I
gameplay like?
recommend taking at least
Rainworld
20
is
dash
an
spear,
open
karma flower,
world
electric spear, and
survival
item crafting. You don't need these, but they will
platformer
greatly
game.
help in the
It's
challenge.
difficult to describe the
Daddy longlegs
gameplay
can be
because
found
the
in
gameplay is not really
development
like
or
any other
development.
game
I'm going to
that
go over how to kill them
exists.
in unfortunate development because I
The
think it's
general
easier there. You
vibe
have
is
2
that you are a
options.
slug
Either find
town.
an exploding spear, which can spawn
You
with
survive in the
droplets,
world.
scavengers, or rarely recursive
It's a
adventures,
2D
or kill it
platformer,
with hundreds of
and
spears
you
and
need to
recruit yourself.
obtain
Go to
food
this
and go
shelter
from
in
shelter to
unfortunate
shelter,
development.
which are
The daddy
checkpoints.
longlegs in this room pretty much never moves and is positioned to be attacked easily.
And
If
you
you've got
essentially
the
go out
exploding
and
spear, try your
explore the
best to
world,
line up
evading
approach with the
predators,
floor.
getting food,
Don't be afraid
and
to wait. There's no rain here and there's no risk. Be sure to use the path here and fly up
there's a
and down
time
get
limit
between the
to
top
get
and
between
bottom,
shelters
risk going down before the
because
longlegs. If you want to kill it by hand,
there are
carve out
rain
a solid
cycles that
15 or
come,
20
and
minutes
the
of your
rain
time,
is
because that's
extremely
how long it's gonna
violent and
take.
will flood the
Position
world.
yourself
And if
horizontally
you
and
don't
just
find food
make
and
them
shelter by the
throw
time the rain
spears.
comes, you
Be
die.
careful of losing your grip on the pole here, and zero gravity spear throws will propel you forward and potentially
But the
off
general
the
vibe
On the bright side, you'll
is
get 10 food very easily
being
if
a
you
little
miss.
critter
Be sure to snack on
and
a neuron fly while you're here as well. Then
trying
the
to
red
survive
lizard
in a
is up next.
world where
Going
you're
down to
essentially
industrial
prey.
complex from Chimney Canopy, there's a red lizard in this room here. This is where the electric spear comes in. Red lizards are very difficult to line up attacks on because they have incredible senses and flip around very quickly. And they
What's
don't
going
get
on
stuck
here
very
is
quick. That's on
not
top of their
really
spin attack
indicative of
and
what
tongue that's able to
playing the
grab
game,
species
especially
from
for the
distance.
first
I
time, is going to
recommend
be
using
like.
this hallway
The
here with this
DLC
guy
adds a
to
lot
line up and throw
more
on it from behind.
spectacular
Alternatively, you can
things.
try to feed it and line up a shot on it as it retreats to its den. An exploding spear helps a lot.
Like,
Even
all
if
of the
you abandon
DLC
an
slug
electric
cats
spear,
have
you still
very
need to land
unique
follow
and
with throws,
powerful
and being
abilities.
close to a red lizard is extremely dangerous. The moment the stun wears off, it's gonna bite and kill you. Don't take any risks. As soon as you kill that lizard, head back to rest at the shelter to save your progress. For the red centipede, you'll want to head to Pipe Yard, into the large open room to the right of the shelter.
And this is a
Item
particular
crafting is your
game
friend.
mode
There are
that
2
isn't,
mushrooms to the
like,
left path of this
playing the
shelter
game
going to the bottom of this
regularly.
room. Combine those with
It
the
puts you in the
green
world
explore
with
puffs to
specific
kill the red
objectives to
centipede
kill,
easily.
like killing
If you
certain
don't have item
creatures,
crafting, I would recommend bringing an exploding
collecting
spear, try to
certain
land a shot on an
items,
exposed section,
bringing
wrapping it
items
around
from
your
one
arm.
location to another.
And lastly, the Myros vulture is a real bitch to kill. For the most part, I have only seen them in Moon, aside from one that very briefly appeared in the exterior once. They're gonna
Okay,
fly
you're back?
between rooms,
Okay,
much
did
like
you eat
regular
pizza?
vultures, except they have incredible tracking and an insta-kill bite. They're also very tanky, barely get
Am I
stung by
getting this place
spears, and
again?
fire
Do you
off
have
explosives
proof?
when wounded. Please, do not attempt this without bringing additional weaponry.
That you
Killing
eat
a
pizza?
Myros vulture with regular spears is incredibly difficult even with an infinite supply of them.
Yes?
They
Okay.
appear in rooms where they can
I
flee
expect to see
extremely
this
easily.
proof.
You can unload into them and they'll just
I'm
fall
going to
down
be
and
done
fly
streaming
away.
pretty soon.
Aside
We
from
only have
situations where they can
161
get
more
stuck,
damage to
they
deal to the
can
Moonlord
and
tonight.
will flee the moment an opportunity arises once they get wounded enough. If you want to do this, you're going to want to bring them to an area where they can't fly away easily and where you have a large stockpile of spears, like here. Lead it in and just unload spears on it. Back away from the explosions and don't let up on the pressure. Alternatively, just bring like exploding spears or electric spears or a singularity bomb. The singularity bomb perk is great for this challenge. It essentially gives you a free kill for one of the 4 creatures. However, keep in mind that Spearmaster has no stomach, so you need to carry it to whatever you want to kill. It will annihilate the daddy long legs, but be careful that you're not carrying any explosives to set off when you throw it because they'll detonate them and kill you if you're in the shockwave. It solves the issue of lining up an attack on the red lizard, so it's a good option if you're struggling with that. The red centipede is the easiest one to kill if you have spore puffs, so I wouldn't recommend using it on that, but it is an option. And if you can bring it all the way to Moon, it will absolutely eviscerate a Myros vulture and save you a lot of trouble. Unlike the other missions, there's no unlock.
Send it to my DMs. Why'd you DM? I have a Discord server, Bismarck.
Rivulet's mission is called Hunter-Gatherer, and you need to collect 2 of each of these items and store them in a shelter while being pursued by the Centipede God. I highly recommend having the crafting perk if you're struggling with this challenge, as everything you need can be crafted or found right around Pipeyard. Start by making your way up Sump Tunnel. Go straight up here and keep going up and to the left until you get to Pipeyard proper. You can find 2 flylures in this room here where the red centipede was as Spearmaster, then bring them into this shelter to the left with the 3 rooms in the pop.
Include the receipt which has its
Go
exact
to the left
location.
and
I
down
don't know
where
where
the
you
2
live.
mushrooms are. You can
How does
store
that?
these and then craft them into spore puffs and store those. And that's already 350.
If I don't know
challenge.
your exact
You can also
location,
use them
how
to
would
kill
I know
God
that
centipede in a pinch.
the
Then
restaurant
make your
is
way to
local
Pipeyard
to where
exit
you
to
are?
Industrial complex and craft 2 flashbangs using fruit and debris. Lastly, bring those 2 flashbangs to the water pit in Industrial complex and combine them with a popped bubble fruit. That'll make a jellyfish. And just like that, the challenge is done. The God
Has the
centipede
address-
is
oh, you
dangerous,
got, like,
but
a
you can pipe
delivery?
to your advantage and outmaneuver it. Keep the spore puffs handy to deal with it in a pinch, and don't be afraid to sleep in a shelter if it's chasing you. It won't spawn in immediately on a new cycle, and you can buy some time. Lastly, Saint's challenge is gun. You need to kill a bunch of things with a gun. Ironically, I find that the better the item you put into the gun as ammo, the worse it performs. With regular debris, the gun is an absolute powerhouse of rapid-fire death, with each debris becoming 20 bullets. With bombs or singularity bombs, it just shoots the item that you could have thrown for the same effect. Be careful not to lose track of the gun because it has a very weird hitbox and it'll fall into tunnels.
Means
Just
like had
load
its gun?
every single debris that you find into the rifle and shoot.
No.
You can knock lizards off of
No,
fences,
that's
attack
because of the
items,
game
chain
mode.
damage for easy points, or just unload on them.
But yes, Green Slug
Vultures
had
can
his
kill
gun.
too if you can get them into the ground to stun lock them. A single bullet to the head insta-kills a scavenger, and you can fire downward and upward and have your tongue to cling to ceiling, so scavengers are pretty easy to kill. Don't try to eat fruit with the gun in the other hand because you'll load it into the gun instead. You'll also need to earn the Nomad passage at some point. And that's Expedition Mode. All in
Alright,
all, it's a
87
very fun
damage.
game mode, and definitely worth playing. You have a lot of control over the difficulty, so it can be as hard or as easy as you want. And it's the only game mode where you can freely use gun. In the arena menu, if you scroll to the side, you'll notice the challenges section.
God,
Initially,
stop
you'll only
making
have the
tutorial
survivor and monk
videos.
challenges unlocked. By beating the game as each character, you'll also unlock their respective challenges here. Except as Hunter, we'll need to beat the game as Survivor or Monk to unlock them. The last row of challenges are unlocked by beating other challenges, with Challenge 70 requiring beating every other challenge, which also means you'll need to beat most of the Slugcat campaigns.
Visceral
Challenge 70
emotional
is how you earn the
reaction to the
champion
words
achievement,
Challenge
which is currently
70.
one of the rarest achievements in the game on Steam. The challenges are a great way to practice certain mechanics, such as fighting lizards or some of the character's specific abilities. All challenges will have a specific objective that you need to complete, after which you have to return to a shelter alive to win. Some challenges involve killing enemies, eating food, or some very specific things like stealing a pearl from a scavenger, knocking the shells off of a red centipede, or keeping slug pups alive. Many challenges will have a time limit, and after reaching it, rain will start to fall and very quickly kill you. A lot of challenges also refer to points, which you earn by either eating food or killing creatures. When you need to earn a certain number of points, you can hold the final pieces of food in your hands and return to the shelter to eat them. The game considers that you'll eat the food in your hands in the shelter if it brings you up to enough points, just like the base game. Check the description for the timestamps of each challenge.
By the way, fun
Starting
fact, that's a
with
thing
one.
in base
Going
game
one by
Wayne
one,
World.
let's start with
If
the
you go
survival
into a
challenge.
shelter with
This
enough
is one of the most
food
straightforward
in your
challenges, and it's a
hands,
great way to
you
practice
can
the
rest
game.
without having to
You
spend the
spot a
time to eat
survivor
them.
and you have to kill a green and a pink lizard. You've got spears here and here. Remember that lizards are immune to damage on their heads, and that hitting a lizard with a spear will briefly stun it, and you can get behind them and repeatedly pick up and throw the spear to kill them. You can also use rocks and knock them over to expose their bellies. It'll take about 2 to 3 spears for the pink lizard and about 5 to 6 for the green. You can also do slide throws to shove a spear into their mouth for bonus damage by throwing the spear while you slide. You won't have access to spears in Challenge 2, and you'll need to dodge and sneak around several blue lizards and a white lizard while collecting fruit. The key here is to use the tunnels and debris to deter the lizards. Blue and white lizards are not very determined and will give up rather quickly after losing sight of you. I recommend collecting the fruit one at a
other
time
person in
and
the
keeping
live
debris
stream?
in one hand to stun
I
and
don't
knock
know what
away
you
the
mean.
lizards that are chasing you. If you fill up both your hands with fruit, you won't be able to easily
Bismarck?
grab. You'll need to collect 10 of the 12 fruit in the map, and you can enter the shelter after eating 8
Says
if you
there's
keep a fruit in both
2 at
hands.
all times.
Appropriately named theft. In this challenge,
I
there are
don't
no
know.
items
I don't
whatsoever to pick up on the ground. You'll
care
need to
how
steal
many
weapons from
people are
scavengers and
watching.
use those to kill
I
them.
just think that's
press
stressful
pick
to
up when you
think
enter
about.
a scavenger and you'll steal whatever they're carrying.
I don't know.
You need to kill 3 enemies here to win, and there are 3 scavengers and a pink lizard. Remember that scavengers will
Like,
not
not everyone's
gonna
gonna be active in chat.
Survivor
And YouTube's
so always be ready to pick up
number
a
of
second
people
spear and
watching
follow them again.
things, so
I
never
recommend using
accurate.
vertical terrain to your advantage and falling on the scavengers to ambush them or climbing up from below. Don't stay horizontal to them with an open line of sight, since they can only throw spears sideways like you. This maze can be quite confusing, so this is a visual representation of where all the paths lead. You'll need to pick up
God, I
every
spent so
single
much
lasagna.
time on these 2
Fall down this
tutorial
hole and pick
videos,
up the
making all these
lasagna, then go through
diagrams
the
and
tunnel
stuff.
Pick up this one. Eat both of them, go up this tunnel, and then into the one to the left of it.
Researching, scripting,
Pick
and
up
then
the lasagna
recording all the
here,
things
eat it,
for each of
and the one on
the...
the top right tunnel. Then, depending on where
the
the centipedes
videos.
are, either head straight right and pick up both lasagnas, or go down.
We
and
only
then
have
down
13
again.
more
Once
damage,
you've
so
gotten
we
all
won't be
the
streaming
lasagnas,
too much
just head
longer.
back to the shelter. This is the first of the time-limited challenges, giving you 2 minutes to knock every squidcator off to their death. All you have to do is hit them with a piece of debris to stun them, and either let them fall or pick them up and throw them off into the kill box before they recover. You can catch batflies and eat them, but that's more
Okay.
work than just killing the squidcators.
3 damage.
In Challenge 6, you're put up against a bunch of leeches in a
Okay,
pool of
that's
water, and you
200,000.
keep jumping in to
Let's,
gather bubble fruit. There are tunnels leading up to a pole with snails,
finish
which you can
up
throw
here,
into the
get
water
his
to stun
tongue
the leeches
out.
and give yourself a moment to swim safely.
And then we'll
Make sure to
pause.
utilize the snails and swim quickly. If you have a couple leeches on you, you can go into the tunnels to get out
Okay.
of the water and have them fall
1,
off.
9, 996
This is the last.
is what we're at right now. And, yeah, I will consider being back tomorrow, depending on, when my appointment is and what I have time for. But, yeah, bye, everyone.